Hello culés, how are you all doing? And welcome back to Barça Live. It's the Copa del Rey quarter-finals this evening for Barça, and we're up against Albacete, the giant killers. They've knocked out Celta. They've also knocked out Real Madrid, so they are very much the side who everyone has got their eyes on right now in this competition. They are, as you can see, the only second division team left in the Copa del Rey at this stage. There's a lot to get through. We've got a real blockbuster preview coming up, people. Alexi Bateta, welcome back. It's the Cup. It's always exciting. Yes. And we're facing one of the sides who everyone's sort of got their eyes on, especially because of the fact they knocked out Madrid in the last round.
It's a big feat to have in the Copa del Rey, isn't it? Obviously, again, it is a big feat to do that, especially in a cup, in a cup game where Real Madrid really like to show up a lot of the time. They do love cup matches. They do love to win cups as well. So for them to be knocked out in the way that they did, it's a big feat, and Albacete are buzzing. They're going to come into this game thinking, we've done it once, why not do it again? So we really have to be wary of that. We can't be complacent at all today. And I think we've fallen victim to that a few times, especially in the Copa del Rey. When you look at second division teams, for example, you relax, and for the worst, that's not come to our favor in the last few matches that we've done that. So hopefully today we can get it over the line, get the job done, and move on to the next round.
Yeah, hopefully, certainly. So should be a really good one. You're right, Alex. We can't be complacent, not tonight. And you don't think Hansi Flick's team will be. Adam's in the chat. We are the best Galatasaray. Here it is here. Prita Malaguita. Bona tarda to you. 4x4 Charlotte is there. Bruna is there. Adam says, is that the jersey? It's the fourth jersey.
I still haven't gotten my jersey. Pablo, your time is running up. Will I get my kit by the end of the season?
Adam's demanding his one as well. He's doing it the other day as well.
Adam, just don't get your hopes up. It's definitely not going to happen.
No, do not get your hopes up. There are the Barca players warming up out on the field at the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. Without any further ado, let's run you through the Barca lineup actually whilst we're here. This is what Hansi Flick has gone for. Rate it 1 to 10 in the members chat. There we have it then. Joan Garcia in goal. Cancelo does start a right back, just his second start since he returned to the club on loan. That leaves Gerard Martinez a left back and Araujo and Eric at centre back. That's Araujo's first start, by the way, since the 25th of November. Midfield then, De Jong and Bernal in the pivot with Olmo just ahead of them. And then Lamine Yamal does keep his spot, so Flick still goes strong there. Lewandowski also in the lineup. And Marcus Rashford. So, Alex, mainly in defence there are rotations, aren't there, really? But it's still quite strong from Flick. And at the quarter-final stage, despite it being Albacete, especially because of the fact they knocked out Madrid, no massive chances being taken here. Yeah,
no, I think you have to trust in DT Flick for a lot of the time. Obviously, Eric and Ronald Araujo, I think, is going to be a big test for them. Yeah. We've obviously not seen that pairing in a really long time. Yeah, it's been a long time that we've seen Ronald Araujo be the starting centre-back, for example. So I think it's going to be a big feat for especially Eric and Ronald Araujo to kind of take charge of the back line. You have Gerard Martin back in his more natural position than centre-back, sort of say. Cancelo, I think we're all happy to see him back. Yeah. And obviously, the midfield. Marc Bernal, I think, has been the last game he played, Champions League game, he did amazing. Yes. So I'd be quite curious to see him try to go from the start in a game like this, especially playing next to Frenkie de Jong. I think is going to be a big ask for Bernal to try to keep up that pace and keep up the momentum and really show himself, because I think when he plays next to Pedri and Frenkie, he kind of simmers down to the shadows, and I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know if that's just the way that you play when you're playing against players like Frenkie de Jong and Pedri. But I want to see him shine today. I want to see him kind of do the same thing that he did in the Champions League, but kind of adding that to Frenkie de Jong. I think that's something that we need, especially when you have Gavi and Pedri out. You need a player that really complements the likes of Frenkie de Jong and whoever is in the 10 position, in this case Dani Olmo. And yeah, Marcus Rashford in the starting 11 I think is really good. I think he's been waiting for this opportunity. He hasn't had it in quite a few matches to be directly in the starting 11, so I'm happy for him, and I'm keen to see what he has today. Yeah, certainly. So big test again for Rashford tonight, into double figures now with Barça. Right then, let's go to the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. Our colleague, as always, Llorenç Tares, is there pitch side ahead of what should be quite a fun night in the Cup. Llorenç.
Good evening, Pablo. Welcome al Carlos Belmonte d'Albacete. Tot preparat. Ja tenim els jugadors del Barça sobre el terreny de joc. La pregunta és, quan fa que el Barça no jugava en aquest estadi? 21 anys. Since 2005, this is the last time Barça played here. L'última vegada que el Barça va jugar al Carlos Belmonte, la temporada 2004-2005. De fet, és un estadi que hem visitat en poques ocasions, només 7 vegades. L'Albacete ha estat a la primera divisió. D'aquestes 7 visites, el Barça no ha perdut mai. 4 victòries, 3 empats. De fet, l'única victòria de l'Albacete a la història contra el Barça va ser a l'estadi del Camp Nou als anys 90. Moltíssima il·lusió, com us podeu imaginar, moltíssim ambient. L'expectació és total per veure una vegada més el Barça, 21 anys després. Aquí tothom creu que hi pot haver-hi una altra sorpresa. Va ser majúscula l'eliminació del Real Madrid. Veurem si el Barça no es confia i surt endollat. Ja hem vist l'11, surt amb tot Hansi Flick, no vol sorpreses al tècnic blaugrana i, per tant, l'emoció està garantida. Els jugadors escalfant, de seguida parlem amb el tècnic alemany. Remember, Pablo, som aquí per guanyar la Copa. Per jugar a la final hem de guanyar partits com aquests. El conjunt local, els manxecs, ja saben el que és eliminar no només el Madrid, sinó també el Celta. Han eliminat ja 4, han passat 4 rondes en aquesta Copa i avui volen donar la sorpresa, però el Barça ho té clar. Si igualem la passió i el talent hi és, avui ens hem d'endur la victòria des del Carlos Belmonte cap a Barcelona. Companys, de seguida Hansi Flick amb nosaltres.
Llorens, thank you very much. There you have it. Yeah, no surprises wanted from Barça, but everyone inside that stadium, as Llorens is saying, they still believe in another upset. Upset should be really, really exciting, this one. Right, Alex, we spoke about that Barca lineup. Out of that team, who are you really looking for? You've already picked out a few names. I've put Araujo, Bernal and Olmo. I think it's a big game, especially for the former. Araujo, a really big night for him, a test for him. I think Bernal is also, it's a massive night for him in terms of another start, for him. He's getting a few more minutes now. And then Olmo, I thought maybe if Albacete are a team who were going to sit in, someone just to unpick that lock, a bit of magic on a night like this could be the way through for Barca, if it is one of those tough evenings.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's an interesting one. Obviously, Araujo, I think, is going to be quite keen to have a good match, to be important. Obviously, he hasn't had the joy maybe that he's been wanting over the past couple months, and he loves to help the team. He loves to feel important in matches, so hopefully he does get that today. But I think for me it's going to be Marc Bernal. I think
like it.
Obviously in the Champions League he came in as a 6 really, so he was quite deep in the middle 3, whereas today he gets to push up a bit more next to obviously Frank de Jong. That's going to be probably the deeper lying midfield, but at the same time Marc Bernal can drop in, because what he did so well the other day was he dropped in and received the ball in the pockets, did really well in turning into space and starting the attack. So hopefully, he can do that a bit higher up the pitch, work well with Dani Olmo down that middle, and even Marcus Rashford, who we know that he loves to kind of shift inside the middle and interchange with the number 10, number 8. So I'm going to go with Marc Bernal. I think he has a lot to prove. He has a lot to show. And honestly, that the last Champions League game that we saw him play, he really, really impressed me.
I like it, Alex. Right, Llorens told us, didn't he? Hansi Flick has a few things to say about this game. He may even give us a bit of an insight into how this lineup is going to face up. You may be wondering who's playing left back, who's playing right back. Hansi Flick has got the answers. He spoke to Llorens a few moments ago.
You said yesterday, today it's all about mentality. What kind of game do you expect for tonight?
We also saw it when we arrived here, so a lot of shouting against us. It's like this, also the atmosphere in the stadium will be the same. So we have to be ready, and from the beginning, from the very first minutes. It's so important, because our quality we need today, but more the attitude.
They have nothing to lose, you said yesterday, but what's the most dangerous thing of Albacete? What can you see on game, for example, against Real Madrid?
Well, they're in a set piece, they're good, but also in transition. They have good striker, fast striker, so we have to take care about this.
The last one, looking the lineup, is playing Eric Garcia, Araujo, Gerard Martin and Cancelo in defense. So many options, Gerard in the middle, left, Cancelo right. Can you explain a little bit this difference?
So the fullbacks is on the left side is Gerard, and on the right side is Joao. And then we have on the right side in the centre back Ronald and Eric on the left.
Okay, good luck, Hansi. Thank you
very much.
There you go, people. There you have it. You heard it from Hansi Flick himself. Cancelo right back, Gerard Martin left back. As you said, Alex, that does give Eric and Araujo the chance to be the two centre-backs this evening.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting, obviously. Again, we've not seen Araujo start for a really long time. Eric has been, between the pivot role and centre-back role. Obviously, Garcia and Gerard Martin have been kind of the starting centre-backs for a lot of the big matches that we've had over the past couple of months. So it's a big change from Hansi Flick, really. But I think at the same time, we do want this from him. We do want this from the team. We do want to try different things, not rely on just 11, 2 pairings and that's it. You want to try these things ahead of the big matches because, we've been prone to injuries and key moments of the season. And, perfectly we can have Gerard Martin and Garcia injured. I mean, hopefully not. But, no, it's nice that Hansi Flick is, that's one of the biggest things that I like about Hansi Flick is that he's not scared to give minutes to younger players, to other players, to try different formations, because why not? Because you never know when maybe this might be a thing, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you try something new. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I like about Hansi Flick is the way that he tries different things at all times. You're prepared for whatever comes, and I think he gains the players' respect and trust so much that the players are always keen to try it out. So I think today is kind of a mix of that. I think Bernal, I think Hansi Flick has given him a lot of trust because I think, since he's come back from injury, he's not been at his best. He got that injury probably at his peak form that he was in. Yeah. And since he's come back, he's not really performed. But Hansi Flick doesn't just leave him on the bench, all the time. He does try to impose him in matches, and today is one of those matches that, he's giving him a big opportunity to be straight from the starting lineup and prove himself, ahead of a big second half of the season that we have coming up. So, no, I'm curious to see what happens, to be fair. I think a lot of players have something to prove, and I think this match, it's not going to be easy. A Copa del Rey match is not going to be easy, especially against a team, again, like you said, Pablo, they're confident. They're going to come into this, not thinking that they can't defeat us because they've defeated, other giants. So it's not like they're going to be the underdog necessarily in terms of mentality, which is, scary. It's a scary thought, really, because, one of the things that we kind of thrive on is tiring out teams in possession, being better individually 1v1s, and Albacete have proved themselves against big names and big moments, so hopefully today the starting lineup can get the job done.
Certainly so. Right, guys, we've got a lot coming up for you if you are indeed a Barca YouTube Premium member, because today I can tell you, people, that this Saturday evening, Sunday morning here at 1 a.m. in Catalonia, you can watch the Barca Legends against Real Madrid Leyendas if you are a Barca YouTube Premium member. What are you waiting for, people? Apart from the perks
and you get to talk to us.
Apart from the perks you already get, and you get to talk to us in the chat, of course. You can watch that, people. You can watch that. Remember, as it says there, you have to be a YouTube Premium member. Let's see in a Legends Clásico where the Barça can get the job done. Ronaldinho will be playing. Puyol will be playing. Rivaldo. There's a lot of exciting names, guys, that, well, I'm sure a lot of you guys would have missed those maybe growing up. Now you can see them. A little bit older.
Were you
but
born
still.
yet, Pablo? No, definitely not.
I was born, but I wouldn't have. Puyol, I saw a good amount, to be fair. Puyol,
okay.
But Ronaldinho, I pretty much missed that, unfortunately, in my youth. Rivaldo, I definitely missed. But hey, this is my chance, guys. Barca YouTube Premium members, don't miss it this Sunday morning. I mean, for Europe, mainly Saturday night. That's after our Mallorca game, really. Of course, check where it is, depending on your time zone. Get involved, people. There's lots to get excited about. Right, Alex, let's talk about our opponents then. Albacete. Lots of talk about these. Not having the best of season in their domestically. They have been better in recent weeks. They've won 4 on the trot in all competitions, unbeaten in 5. Pretty much are the giant killers. Hefte, who scored 2 goals against Madrid and has scored in previous rounds, is on the bench. So watch out for him. He was very much the cup hero for Albacete.
Yeah. You want that kind of player. You want that kind of player off the bench, don't you, in these games?
Maybe that's what they're thinking. Antonio Puertas is ex-Granada, does have La Liga experience. I mean, that's what they go for. 4-4-2. What are we expecting from Albacete? Pretty much to sit in and try and hit Barça, or are you thinking, are they going to try and catch Barca early? Are you thinking this is going to be a team who just says, we don't want much of this, we just want set pieces, as Flick said, or will they come for Barca?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because obviously, against Real Madrid, it was 3-2, wasn't it?
3-2 to them, yeah.
So they're not necessarily a team that sits back and kind of waits for the low scoring results. entirely sort of say, but I think at the same time you do have to be smart. And you know, if they play the cards right, I think it'll probably be a mix of sitting back and attacking. You know, we saw it was at Copenhagen that were doing that to us. They were kind of sitting back, but taking the opportunities when going forwards. And I think that's probably the perfect mix for our opponents, and fortunate for us that they have that mix. And I think in a 4-4-2, it really does give you that freedom to be that team, because, you know, you can easily sit back in a back five. You can sit back in a 4-4-2 and still be compact. But at the same time, in a 4-4-2, you have a lot of space in the attack, because obviously, you know, you're kind of two wingers, quote unquote, go up, and you can deal with the front four, really. So I think in this formation, it really gives them a lot of space to explore what they want to do against us. But I wouldn't be surprised if it'll be a mix of maybe, as you know, we've seen it so many times, the first 5-10 minutes you go all out. You go all out, and then you sit back for, you know, the next half an hour, and then the last 5 minutes you kind of go all out again. You know, it's just a matter of what they feel comfortable with, the players that they have, the strengths that they have. You know, if they have a fast striker, then, you know, why not throw him forward for the first 10-15 minutes of the match. I'd be curious, but I don't think they're going to be a team that they're scared to go for it. You know, given the recent results that they have, they're not going to be a team that are going to just sit back and wait. I think they're confident. I think they know, you know, what they're capable of clearly. And I think also, you know, playing at home kind of gives you that factor and that motivation and the confidence to go against us. So I'm expecting for them to open up themselves quite a lot, and hopefully we can take advantage of that. But at the same time, you know, I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I feel like they're going to be really, really intense.
Okay, it's going to be interesting to see how Albacete line up. We do have an interesting anecdote about Albacete. It's actually surrounding Fermín López, because Alberto González is currently the Albacete manager. He was actually Fermín López's coach when Fermín was out on loan at Linares Deportivo a few seasons ago. And Fermín López himself, after the game against Elche, had this to say about the coach. Take a look at this.
Sí, la verdad que estoy muy contento de poder verle de nuevo. La verdad que ha sido una persona muy influyente en mi carrera y me ha ayudado mucho a mejorar como persona y como jugador. A vista está, con él hice una grandísima temporada y después de esa temporada me ha venido todo muy bien, y creo que en parte de ese logro mío es gracias a él también. Dentro del campo ya no hay amigos, pero bueno, fuera del campo espero estar un rato con él y abrazarlo, que hace tiempo que no lo veo.
There you have it. You heard it from Fermín López, and you'll see in a few moments' time that it was actually Fermín who went over to greet the Albacete coach before this one. There you heard it from Fermín. So a special game for him. Alex, I'm going to go ahead here with the pre-game quiz as the warm-up is coming to an end. And in fact, there we have it. There is Fermín López heading out there and going to greet the Albacete coach ahead of this one. Special moment for him. Of course, he was out on loan at Linares Deportivo, people. But the coach, Alberto, was indeed the coach at the time for Fermín López. Nice images indeed. Alex, we're running out of time here. It's been a pacey preview show. Let's go.
Is it already?
Bang.
Oh, wow.
We're getting there. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll get the timer back on the screen of how long we've got until to go the game. So just over 10 minutes to go, people. Quiz is ready in the chat for you, Alex. There you go.
Oh.
This is a good one.
That's a hard one. Probably.
Who scored their first Barça goal against Albacete? Iniesta, Messi or Eto'o?
Chat, you know the drill. I need help. I need help, chat. So
you don't have this one now.
Probably, you know the answer to that perfectly well. You know I don't have this. Okay. Who scored the first? I feel like that's an obvious answer then, is it?
Yeah, maybe I've just given it away.
Or is it the Messi Ronaldinho assist?
To be fair, there's a lot of options. We have Bruna saying Messi.
Okay, I'll go Messi. I feel like you gave it away with that.
I gave it to you.
You really gave it to me.
I did give it to you. That was poor from me.
It
was indeed that one, Alex. Yep, correct.
I have a funner time with you than Robert, because you give away a lot of clues.
I know. I'm kinda. There you go. Messi scored his first goal. It was that classic one, Alex. The little dink over from Ronaldinho. The little dink over then from
celebration there as well.
From Messi. Yeah, the nice one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago. Right. Who else scored for Barça in that game? That was a 2-0 win for Barça. Who got the other goal? Was it Ronaldinho, Eto'o or Deco? 3 options there.
I think Ronaldinho scored that.
This is not an easy one, to be fair. Okay, Ronaldinho, you've gone for. Minecraft has said Eto'o. I think that was from the previous answer, though. A lot of correct Messis, by the way. Well done to all of you who got Messi.
I'm trying to remember the highlights of that, but I can't remember.
Over 6,000 of you watching on, by the way. We're just under 10 minutes away until kickoff in the cup
Members
between
chat,
Albacete and
who else
Barça.
scored in that game? Let's see.
Final answer, Alex. We haven't got any in yet, just yet. Mac Lumbis has said Ronaldinho. Okay.
Okay.
Ola's gone Ronaldinho.
That was
Bruna's gone Ronaldinho.
That was my first instinct, so I'm gonna go Ronaldinho.
Alex has gone Ronaldinho. The correct answer is...
I should never go with my instinct. I should never trust my...
Everyone got fooled in the chat.
I'm never trusting my instinct. Chat, you guys literally know not to listen to me.
Don't
do it.
To be fair, they went themselves, Alex. They went themselves.
Okay.
Dikran Demirjdan did get Eto, so well done to you.
Okay.
Final one, Alex. Here we go, coming up.
That's good. Today's not a good day, Pablo.
There you go. This is a good one. This game, by the way, the last time we faced Albacete was in 2005. My question is, which Barca legend won the Ballon d'Or in that year?
Am I supposed to know this off the top of my head?
You're on 1 out of 2 so far.
Alright, chat. I'm going to give this one to the chat.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to the chat because I can't think right now. I'm giving it to the chat. My instincts. I'm not going to say my instincts.
Say your
I won't
instincts.
I won't say it until the chat gives me something.
We
But
need your instinct.
I have an answer.
Mac Lumbis says 3.
Okay.
Minecraft says Ronaldinho.
Okay. What else? Is everyone going for Ronaldinho?
A lot of people. Bruno's gone Ronaldinho. Final answer, Alex.
Alright, go. I'll trust the chat.
It is indeed, people. Oh, I've got that wrong. Sorry, that's not correct. It's Ronaldinho. That's a glitch in the system.
The worst thing is that was actually my gut answer.
Oh, really? Rivaldo? It's Ronaldinho.
So technically I got it right.
Imagine if we said Rivaldo. It's Ronaldinho, guys. So that's an error in the system.
Well done,
there.
chat. You guys are better than me today.
You all got it right. Well done.
I mean, most of the time the chat is a lot better than me, so I must say that.
You all got it right, people.
I've been poor today. I hope we don't play as poor as I just did.
Right.
To be honest.
We don't have long to go, Alex, and we've got quite a few things to get through. So, earlier today, of course, the team did indeed travel to Castilla-La Mancha for this game against Albacete. Let's get those images up on our screens. And there you have it. There's the clip of the team's trip to this one. It should be quite exciting. We've got quite a few things to get through here, Alex. There are a few of the players. He has rotated a bit, Hansi Flick, but it's Cup. It's what we hope is going to be one of our last sort of midweek games in a while. If we get through tonight, by the way, guys, next... midweek, we've got the first round of the semi-final. So when we thought we maybe had a midweek off, we don't just yet. If we do indeed get through tonight. And then later on, by the way, the Barca president, Joan Laporta, and his board of directors then also took advantage to visit the supporters clubs groups, the Peñas, in Castilla-La Mancha. There were various supporters groups present, as well as several members of the board of directors. There is Joan Laporta with them now, Rafa Yuste in the background there too. This region actually in Spain currently has 1,766 registered fans who are part of supporters clubs groups. Very exciting indeed. And whilst Laporta was present, he actually took advantage to announce that he will call for elections on this coming Monday, the 9th of February. That means that the elections for the presidency of FC Barcelona will be officially called. This does indeed mean that some of his board of directors will have to then resign in order to rerun. That's how the statutes state that things must be done for the re-election. I remember the elections, guys, for the presidency of Barca held on Sunday, the 15th of March. And we also had a communication from the club earlier this morning that the club have indeed ran to host the Champions League final in 2029 at the Spotify Camp Nou. That is indeed subject to further approval and indeed whether UEFA agreed to it or not. But the club have indeed elected to run. Here you go then. President Joan Laporta discussing all of those topics. He spoke to our colleague Udent Sares earlier.
Convoquem, doncs, el dia 9 sortirà publicat la convocatòria d'eleccions i aleshores, tal com diuen els estatuts, part de membres de la Junta haurem de dimitir per presentar-nos a la reelecció i això ho farem doncs, amb una Junta que celebrarem aquest proper dilluns, també, dia 9. Bé, em sento doncs, il·lusionat, amb forces de que sigui un procés electoral ho he dit, modèlic, no? Que hi hagi una gran participació, que els candidats doncs, exposem les nostres propostes, cadascú doncs, tindrà la seva manera de fer-ho, però que sigui dins de la normalitat i dins de la cordialitat que hi ha d'haver-hi doncs, entre culers. I bé, el que jo desitjo és això, no? Que hi hagi una alta participació i en aquest sentit des del club, els que romanin al club, doncs, que això ho decidirem doncs, a la Junta que celebrarem el dia 9, doncs vetllaran pel procés electoral i jo crec que serà el que volem tots és que el dia de la votació sigui una festa del barcelonisme. Estaria molt bé, com bé sabeu, el Barça no s'atura, el procés electoral forma part de la normalitat democràtica, del funcionament intern democràtic que té un club que és propietat dels seus socis i sòcies com és el Barça, i el que succeeix és que es van prenent decisions i sí, s'ha fet aquesta proposta i confiem doncs, que això sigui una realitat i que el 2029 puguem doncs, ser a l'estadi on es jugarà la final de la Champions, que tant de bo doncs, al Barça hi siguem presents.
There you go then, people. President Joan Laporta saying that the club have indeed ran to host the Champions League final at the Spotify Camp Nou in 2029. Also saying that he will call for elections on the 9th of February, and indeed the next candidate for the presidency of FC Barcelona will be announced on the 15th of March. There you have it then, people. Not long to go here in this one between Albacete and Barça. I want to remind you, just before we get into this one, guys, there's not long to go. The players are in the tunnel. If you are indeed a YouTube premium member on the FC Barcelona's YouTube channel, you can watch FC Barcelona Legends against Real Madrid Leyendas. That's Sunday morning, 1 a.m. Central European time. Check it out with your time zones. Don't miss it, people. Become a YouTube premium member. Enjoy all the perks. And more importantly, enjoy that game. Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Puyol, all going to be playing in that one. It's a Clásico. Why would you miss it? Right then, the players are in the tunnel here, people. It's Albacete versus Barça. Pablo, it's the magic of the cup. Hit me, Alex.
If you don't want to get me the kit, I'll take the jacket instead.
The jacket's nice, yeah.
The jacket is really nice. It's either or, you can pick.
I don't know, I'll check what's more expensive.
You take your pick.
That's quite nice. Yeah, I tell you what, I like the back, actually. I like the back a lot.
The back is... I wish the back was the front.
Yeah, I hear you. The back is lovely. Right then, players are walking out. Let's go to game commentary here. It's the cup. It's the cup magic. Well, this one should be special. It's the Copa del Rey quarter-finals, and it's Albacete versus Barça for the first time in 21 years. This should be magic, people. Albacete, very much the giant killers in the cup so far this season. They've already knocked out Celta Vigo, and more importantly, Real Madrid in the round of 16. Now they face the holders, the side who've won this competition more than any team in the Spanish competition. Barça, 32 times winners, including last season. But now at the Carlos Belmonte Stadium, where they haven't visited in, as I say, over 20 years, this should be really fun. Alex, you can see the atmosphere. It's got really all the ingredients, one of those classic cup matches. Can't imagine it'll be all plain sailing for Barça. They do go strong, though.
Yeah, no, I was just listening to the stadium noise. The atmosphere is brilliant. You know, obviously the fans think they have a lot to do tonight in terms of being behind their team. You know, coming up against another giant in the competition. You know, it is hard to keep that consistency because a lot of the time, you know, it's a one-off thing that happens, you know, especially in the cup. So I think the fans really have an important play and an important say today. You know, when it comes to, you know, if the team decides to go for those 10-15 minutes intensely, you know, that's where the fans really get you fired up. I know that the atmosphere is brilliant. I'm just looking at it now. You know, there's a lot of scarves, a lot of people singing, a lot of smiles, a lot of motivation. So no, I think it's going to be a brilliant stadium to play in. But I think the fans are going to be really important to push them through because again, you know, they've done it before. They've gone up against a giant. Just because they're in second division doesn't literally means nothing in this competition. And hopefully today, you know, we can appreciate it, take it in, but not let it affect us.
There you have it then. There are Barca in their fourth strip with the gold Copa del Rey badge on their shirt. There, Araujo's the captain for Barça this evening. Albacete are the only second division side left in the competition. You can see the fixtures scrolling across the bottom of our screen right now. Referee ready for this one. And as are Barça, who do go strong already through the lineups in just a few moments' time. Alex, you said it, the atmosphere looks really good inside the ground. There's certainly no doubt about that. But Barça, well, they have gone strong. And Albacete, well, there's a few interesting players on the bench, namely Hefte, who is not in the starting 11. Very much the hero last time around against Real Madrid. An ex-Real Madrid player, Jesus Vallejo, is also on the bench. Watch out for Melendez, Javi Villar, who's been top also. And indeed, Antonio Puertas, ex-Granada player, played plenty of seasons in La Liga. But Albacete here trying to be the side who produce these surprises. They've surprised everyone this season. The furthest they ever got in the Copa del Rey was the semi-finals. They're looking to match that this time around. This is their second best ever run in the competition. What a big night it is for Ronald Araujo tonight too. Captains Barça. First time in the starting 11 since the 3-0 defeat to Chelsea. He got sent off in that game, Araujo. Not a night to remember for him. He's had a bit of a breakaway, but since has come back and has indeed made a few appearances off the bench. Tonight, he starts from the offset.
Yeah, no. It's really good for Araujo to be back. I think for him, I think we all know how important it is for him to be on the pitch and to captain the team as well.
Yep.
We know he takes it really, really seriously and takes it really emotionally, I think, which is nice to see. So I'd imagine, if we get the win today, I think for him is going to be really special. Yeah. So hopefully, we do get that win, go to the next round and, make him proud.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it, Alex. Right then, the Barcelona, it's going to be coming up on your screens very shortly. You'll see that Hansi Flick has indeed gone strong. No doubt about that. A little bit delayed in our kickoff time here. It's already 1 minute past 9. Here is the Barca team then. So Joan Garcia remains in goal despite the cup competition. From what we've heard from Hansi Flick, Cancelo will be the right back. Gerard Martin will be the left back. That leaves Araujo and Eric Garcia at the heart of defence. Marc Bernal, De Jong and Dani Olmo in midfield. Marcus Rashford hit 10 Barca goals, double digits over the weekend. He starts, as does Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal. Koundé is fit, Rafinha isn't. He's not in the squad. So Barca without their Brazilian tonight, alongside Pedri and Andreas Christensen and Gavi. Those are the Barca absences. There are the Albacete players in the huddle. Final words of encouragement being sent from them. Well, it's not going to be an easy test for them, is it? But boy, have they got through big tests in the past already this season. It's a game of football that their fans would have been cherishing at this ground. They've already created history this season as Lamine Yamal prepares himself for yet another test. He's been in excellent form so far, the 18-year-old, in the turn of the new year. And here we go, people. It's showtime at the Carlos Belmonte. Albacete get us underway. It's the cup. It's the quarterfinals.
Let's see how this goes. What you're saying, probably they're going to go full out first.
Let's
5-10
see,
minutes of the match.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see Albacete really try and get the home fans behind them. Maybe shock Barca with an early goal and then sit in. If that goal doesn't come, I think pretty soon, Alex, 5-10, maybe 15 minutes into the game at most, Albacete will retreat into that lower block. But you never know. Let's see what they can produce. Barca have rotated around. You can see early on immediately it is Gerard Martin at left back. Cancelo right back. Cancelo's been pretty much a left back since he came back to the club. There you can see Araujo and Gerard Martin at play at centre half. But yeah, I mean, I'd imagine, Alex, lots of the ball for Barca. A game of patience, really. Maybe not the prettiest game of football. Let's see what some of these stars can produce. They're going to have to be disciplined, not complacent. You said that right at the top of the programme, Alex. We can't afford it tonight. The Real Madrid game should really have been the warning for that, shouldn't it, in terms of the fact that Albacete not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, no, it's kind of, it hits you when you least expect it, really. The good thing about the fact that Real Madrid were the ones to get knocked out by Albacete is that we expect it.
Correct.
So it's not like it's not a big hit, for Real Madrid. It was a big hit. It was unexpected for them, especially for them that they know they are the team that they are, cup games. But for us, it's kind of, we're a lot more wary because we know the results that they've had so far in the Copa del Rey, and we're well aware of what they can do. Now it's just a matter of not letting. Oh, what a ball from Medic.
That was a nice ball from Medic, wasn't it? Olmo got it through the Lewandowski, just got it stuck in his feet there, didn't he? That's a poor giveaway though. It's let Olmo in, and surely that's going to be giving us a free kick. I can't believe he's not giving it the referee. Early on, letting things flow here, I must say, looked like a blatant foul to me, Alex.
No, it was the second foul. The first one, the ref kind of let it go because Lewandowski got to the end of it and Dani Olmo's face. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
No, that was a blatant foul, really. There was no discussion around that. 2 minutes into the game, I guess you can kind of understand why the ref doesn't want to call anything yet, but it was a blatant foul. Like, it wasn't even like a 50-50. Like, no, it was just, it was a blatant foul. So, Let's see what the ref does for the rest of the match. It's not always nice when the ref takes so long to start calling things, because it builds up a lot of tension on the pitch. Yeah. And especially, when you have a team that wants to push for that win, like Albacete, that can go wrong really, really quickly.
Yep, letting it flow early on, the referee. Let's hear from our members in the members live chat who they think will be the first scorer of tonight's game. If we can get that question in there now, people. Let's see what you think. That's a nice intervention from Eddie Garcia. Here come the team in white, though, pushing forward once more. It's not a bad switch at all, I must say. Watch out here, there's space in the middle. Oh, and the cross not delivered first time. I wonder whether that was on. Anyway, here come Albacete.
They're starting strong.
Reshifted this one. Olmo's got his boot in there. De Jong got a toe on it. Shifted wide further, though. Overlaps on, isn't it? Cross delivered to the back post, and it's beyond everyone, out for a goal kick. Yeah, no,
Albacete did really well in that attack there. I think they actually were quite calm on the ball in the midfield. They put it wide where the space was. I think we were, in those two plays, we were quite compact in the middle. Our centre-backs were quite closed in. Our midfielders were quite closed in, and Albacete did really well to find that long ball to switch the field of play, and the players got, I think you said it there, Pablo, we're quite lucky that he didn't get that cross in first time, because there was two Albacete players coming really, really strong into the box.
Wrong side as well, the Barca defenders.
Yeah, exactly. So we did well there to kind of kill it off as much as we can.
Watch out here, that's nice from Lamine. Rashford's in, surely it's 1-0 here. No, the pullback from Rashford just behind Lewandowski in the middle. Could he have gone on his own there though, Alex? Rashford looked into me.
I think what he did was actually grand, because you have Lewandowski coming in quite fast. You had Dani Olmo in behind as well. He tried to go put the ball across the goal, across the keeper really, because he probably could have gone for that first time, definitely. But I think the pass was on, right? Yeah, the probability of the pass going in was really, really high, and the probability of him going for a half volley first time was a lot lower.
Yeah. There you go, first time Barca have broken down the Albacete defence. Didn't take long, they were in there though, weren't they? Just one ball from Lamine Yamal, that's all it took. Drifted in behind the team's defence. He's done it again there, Lamine. This time it's in towards Olmo, just a bit too much on that. And you can see early on Lamine in the mood. Let's have a look. I think this is the first one, Alex. What a chance this is early on. There you go, there's Lewandowski in the middle. Yeah. You can see him, he looks for him, doesn't he? Yeah, gets it wrong though.
Yeah, he goes, Marcus Rashford, I can't tell if he hits it just that badly, or if the Albacete defender got maybe a little scrape on it, because instead of going parallel across the goal, he kind of tries to go for the cutback. But I don't know if that was meant for Lewandowski or for Dani Olmo, and I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what happened here.
Neither. Antonio Puertas is down. I think they're claiming there was an elbow. You can see the flick cam on your screen. Before Hansi Flick's back now, currently sat in his dugout with his coaching staff. It was a leap by Cancelo. There's nothing in it, really. I'm going to be honest with you. He barely even catches Puerta.
He apologises right away if anything happens. It was just... It happens. There's nothing wrong, but there's nothing in it for the players to be complaining so much.
No, I think they're maybe trying to get an early break there in some regard. Referee not having any of it. Maybe it's a painful one on the ear for Puertas, but nothing doing. There is Joao Cancelo, plays it right back today. I've said it, he's pretty much common at left back, or started at left back in his game so far. He tonight gets a chance in the right back spot. Some defending here for the Portuguese to do. That's not a bad ball, is it? Though Joao Garcia was alert to the danger.
Did you hold your breath there just a tad bit?
Just a tad. I went over Gerard Martin, and
if that would have gone over Joao Garcia, that probably would have gone.
Yeah. But he was on hand, Garcia, who we maybe thought wouldn't be selected as the cup goalkeeper, but Flick has laid down his mark, if you like, with that one. Garcia playing every game right now for Barça, and no chances taken. Only didn't play in the round of 32 against Guadalajara. Ter Stegen was in goal on that occasion. And, in the previous round against Racing, it was Joao Garcia in goal. He made a few big saves in that one. Remember that one right at the end, Alex, when it could have gone to extra time?
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, is what this one will go to tonight if it ends level.
Don't say it, Pablo. Don't say it.
Here's Olmo. Big chance early on here. It's Marcus Rashford. Oh, he's got it wrong in the finish on this occasion. Went on his right foot. Didn't quite catch it.
What a ball from Dani Olmo, though. Was it Dani Olmo, wasn't it?
He just brilliant,
slipped the ball. It was a really, really good run from Marcus Rashford, to be fair. Literally, the centre-back stepped up into space, and Marcus Rashford ran into the space that the defender left behind him. Dani Olmo did brilliant there to literally just slot the ball in perfectly for Marcus Rashford to just be able to take that first time. But not the greatest finish from Marcus Rashford that we've seen from him.
First two chances, Alex of Barça have gone to Rashford, and he ought to have done better, I think, maybe with both of them. First one, you can probably give him a bit more slack. He tried to put it back. He couldn't quite get the angle right, of course. I think that one, he had a bit more time. It's on his right foot. I mean, he got the connection wasn't too confident, was it, the way he went for the shot?
Yeah, no, the first one obviously is a lot harder. It's a volley, inside of the foot volley across the goal when your teammates are running in the the opposite direction. Really, they're going fast, and Lewandowski was going really fast. Maybe Marcus Rashford had taken the decision earlier, and and Lewandowski, by the time that ball went past, he was already past that but yeah, this one was it was really, really clear. I was probably already celebrating that goal. That should have gone in. It was a 1v1 with the keeper at top of the box as well. It's not like it was a really closed in, really pressured shot. You would expect Marcus Rashford to finish that.
Nope, you certainly would. There's Hansi Flick. He's yet to lose a game in the Copa del Rey. He won the title last season, of course. Just one draw was in that first leg to Atletico de Madrid last season. Their Barca, of course, won the second, and of course they beat Madrid in that final in Sevilla last time around. That's not a bad ball over the top, mind you. Watch out here, early defending for Barca to do. Eric Garcia chasing back. Oh, the pullback was ever so poor, and that was onside, by the way. The late runner, that would have counted. Albacete not quite making the most of that chance so far. Lamine Yamal, Cancelo, nice skill from him.
Cancelo.
And Lamine has lost out there when he ought not to have lost it. Here comes the shot, and it's easy for Joan Garcia. Near post, angle was tight.
It was a really good high recovery there from Albacete. Luckily for us, the only one player that really got into the box was really out far wide. He went for goal, but to score from that angle is just almost impossible. It was going to be really, really easy for Joan Garcia to keep that safe, and now we're on the attack again.
Yeah, Barca back down the other end now. Not even 10 minutes gone. Been a few decent opportunities so far. Both have fallen to Rashford for Barca. It's been a relatively an open enough game, I suppose, in the opening 10 minutes. Definitely. It certainly could change. You'd expect Albacete to go deeper and deeper as the first half goes on. As it were, here come Barca with Gerard Martin. Shuffled wide here to Rashford. Nice little 1-2 there with Gerard Martin. Deflection on the cross is easy for the keeper. And nothing doing there for Barca with options lurking.
Yeah, no, I think Albacete have played, to be fair, I think they've, held themselves in the match for the opening 10 minutes. They've come back into a deep, compact defending. I was just seeing the header there. They go into a compact defensive line when they're defending and we're pressing really high up the pitch. But once they go forward, they really do open up. Again, in the 4-4-2 formation, you really do give a lot of freedom for changes of formation and changes of, you have an attacking formation, you have a defensive formation, you have X formation when you're trying to regain possession in the midfield, etc., etc. And I think they're really kind of flowing in that formation really well so far. We need to be wary of those,
That was nice from Rashford and Olmo. A bit too tight in there, really. The referee's actually pulled it back for a foul in the build-up there.
That's good sign, I think. It's what we kind of were nervous about. Is he just going to let everything go? And luckily for us, no.
Yeah, he was pushed.
But I think we just need to be wary of Albacete now looking for those crosses and changes of spaces, because those do changes of spaces and really runs in deep really do hurt us. And I think that's kind of what they're trying to do. They've obviously done their homework. We obviously saw Copenhagen do that to us a few times, making runs in and behind and into space. Not holding on the ball. There it is again.
Yeah, tried it again.
Long there. I think probably one of the biggest things that hurts us the most is when players get the ball and they go forward and 2-3 touches already inside the box. I think that's probably the quickest way to get at us, because since we have such a high line. The quickest way into our attack is into space. So I think the players know that, and you can see Albacete trying to get that cross in early in terms of switching the field of play and going forward from there.
Lamine there trying to dig that one out of his feet. Araujo's comes steaming in with a header. It's not going to fall to a Barca shirt. Araujo's there again though. Lewandowski now trying to get this under control. Back to Gerard Martin. Araujo's popped up at left wing in a bizarre pattern of play.
He went for the header and he literally just kept running.
Here is Gerard Martin once more. Barca looking to probe the Albacete defence early on. The importance of an early goal could be key here. The switch is to João Cancelo. He's going to leave it here for Lamine Yamal. Lamine back to the Portuguese fullback. Can he get a cross in? Thought about it, didn't he? Instead, he's going to go back again to Lamine. Right idea. Lamine looks up, finds Olmo. It's all very tight in there. It's brilliant from Barca, but just a little bit too in front of. I mean, that's lovely skill, isn't it? I must say there. And watch out, because here comes the Albacete breakaway.
Yeah, there it is.
Options
Look at that
left.
second post there.
Oh, and a nice little reverse pass too. Onside, that should be. The run was from deep. Bernal is standing up his man. He gets in there too, Bernal. Very good from Marc Bernal. What we want to see, and he wins the throw-in too for Barca. Very good indeed.
Really, really
from
good
Marc
from Marc
Bernal.
Bernal, yeah.
Alex, I was going to ask a question. Key of the game for this one. What are we thinking here, people?
Ooh.
I want to ask those in the members live chat too. Is it to be ruthless early on? I feel like maybe that's what we were asking for Rashford there. Well, maybe we've missed that opportunity. Clinical finishing. I put ... because that game against Elche was incredible.
Was it?
Incredible how many chances Barca missed. It was quite unbelievable. Only scored 3 goals. Probably should have scored about 8 or 9. Or is it to cope with those Albacete bursts forward? We've already seen those a few times too, haven't we? What are you looking for tonight, Alex? Is it just to be ruthless from Barca?
Yeah. No, to be fair, I think one of the biggest things that I've been critical of is the clinical finishing. We've seen it so many times that we just can't finish. We create all the chances. The final ball into the box is bad. The finishing is bad. We've had 2 clear chances already. Is that going to be the story of the game?
Yeah.
Granted, it's been only 10 minutes of the game, and I don't think I always think that the first 10 minutes of the match don't define the entire match, because it's usually really, really different. If teams change their tactics, from the start to the end, it's usually within those first 10-15 minutes of the match where you go, right, this is what we're going to do for the opening 10 minutes. Then from there, we're going to start doing this. But we've had 2 clear chances, especially the second one from Marcus Rashford from that Dani Olmo pass that should have gone in the back of the net. We're lucky that we're keeping. This is good
from Lamine though, Alex. He's gone past a few. De Jong's up there. Keeper got his boot on his fist to the ball. You were saying. That's going to be a foul from Cancelo though, and just like that, first yellow card of the game. A little bit too late there. The Portuguese fullback already was questioned, wasn't he, for that elbow on Antonio Puertas a few moments ago. This time he is penalised within 15 minutes. Barca fullback on a booking. Not really what we want, is it, early on? Not for the fullback anyway.
Yeah,
he's late.
Fair. By the book, it's fair. It's a late tackle. Doesn't get the ball. Player tries to jump over him, and João Cancelo just kind of clips him just a little bit. I think by the book, that's a yellow card. It's grand. Hopefully, this kind of works for both sides in terms of the ref getting a hold of the match, and not letting a lot of things go. Just trying to instill a sort of demand and standard in the game that hopefully benefits us as well. But yeah, no, it's we need to be wary. Look, Albacete there are doing. I think it was Puertas there who was just making a really, really good run in between Ronald Araujo and Eric Garcia.
There's a deeper run wide here,
they're
not a bad one.
They're attacking that right side a lot. There's the early cross. Luckily for us, there was no one there to receive it. But I think Albacete are starting to get the idea really where the spaces are, and we just need to be wary of them. And I think now's not a bad time to maybe score the first goal. Yep,
wouldn't be a bad time at all from Barça. They have had to wait in the cup so far this season, and we haven't scored a first half goal in the Copa del Rey this campaign. Round of 32 against Guadalajara, rated till the 78th minute. That's not a bad cross from Cancelo. Rashford's in. Oh, and he nearly got his head on that one. Certainly the man who's come closest for Barça is the Englishman. He's still down though, Rashford. Got quite the whack. Are Barca going to kick this out of play? I think Rashford's going to be okay. De Jong. Gerard Martin, another cross is a good one. Rashford left it. Well, maybe he ought not to have.
Everything's coming though.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's gone in towards Rashford. Not quite made the most of it so far.
Was it Lewandowski who was just behind him?
Yeah, maybe.
He thought he was a bit further back, or there was a lot more space. But Rashford should have probably definitely put foot in that, either to finish or to maybe control it and just recycle the ball back outside of the box. But luckily for us, again, Albacete there with a really quick, counter attack, went out wide and went for the cross, the early cross in. Again, I think it's quite clear what Albacete are trying to do against us. Just try to go down the middle, out wide and back in, kind of just doing some of this really. But again, we need to be worried because I think Gerard Martin has been caught a couple times in that second post. Eric Garcia and Ronald Araujo have been lucky because Puertas has done a couple really, really good runs in between us from that, but his midfielders haven't seen that run, so he's not been able to connect on that. But
there's another through from Lamine. It's a good one. It's Lewandowski. He's been forced wide there, Lewandowski. Good defending in the end. He couldn't quite find Olmo, could he, when he turned. Lamine Yamal, though, those trademark out little balls from the right-hand side floated in towards the back post are working so far for Barça. Very much their routine to goal early on in this first half. Gerard Martin, often been a centre-back this season, now finally back out a left-back. He's got Rashford there with him. Rashford left that a little bit short for Eric. Gerard Martin again now. Back to Eric Garcia. Bernal collects things in midfield. Araujo. Now you can see the Albacete shirts all behind the ball, really. Lamine. He backed off him so far. You can see that the worry. Bernal lined up. Just got out of his feet, though.
Yeah.
And he'll do well to win that back. He has won it back. And he's fouled this man.
It's a hard one. He kicked him from the back. I think he got the ball, but this ref is really by the book, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the ref's saying, I mean, you came through him to get it, and, well, there you go. That's what's been judged.
Was that really one that he had to go down for? No, I think Mario Bernal, he's getting into good spaces, to be fair. I think there you saw it when Lamine Yamal gets the ball, there's 2-3 players around him. You know, we all know that Lamine Yamal likes to cut on his left foot, go to the top of the box and shoot. It's not science to understand that, and you know, the Albacete players know that, and I think they literally just have a wall of like 3-4 players in that trajectory of where Lamine Yamal likes to go. So obviously, again, you know, we always say that the fact that Lamine Yamal attracts so many players is actually beneficial because that leaves, you know, his teammates open. I think Mario Bernal, for example, really was in good space and he went for the shot, but the Albacete defender read his intention really well and blocked it. But hopefully he can maybe get some joy from that space.
Here's Gerard Martin now pushing forward for Barça once more. Bernal with an acre of space in the centre circle. Shuffles it wide here for Cancelo. Cancelo now has Lamine Yamal up win support with him. You hear the whistles from the home fans, nervous when the number 10 gets on the board. He's got possession of it once more. Lamine, Cancelo. Those two linking up nicely early on. Still João. Series of 1-2s. Now Lamine, and it's over De Jong. I mean, that's what Barca are trying, and it's pretty much all they're trying really early on. Just get it to Lamine and make those runs in there and dink it up towards him. Maybe they'll be better off trying a different sort of route. 20 minutes played.
When it's the player with the ball at his feet, really, he's been the only one that's been being found. Daniel Olmo, you know, started the game well, but from that, he hasn't really had many touches on the ball. He hasn't been really present in the attack. We're actually bypassing the midfield quite a lot, I think. You know, we're going from now it's going to go to Eric Garcia, now it's going to go to Gerard Martin. Well, now it went to Frenkie actually. But out to João Cancelo, that's going to go to Lamine, and they're going to try to play that from in between them. It's the same play over and over again.
There's the ball again. Yeah, you see it. I mean, you can see the pattern, can't you?
Yeah, you have the likes of what is he called?
Don't know if I saw a foul in there, you know, honestly, but
definitely didn't.
Well, we thought he was going to let things go. It hasn't really been the case, has it, Alex?
No.
It's been early calls.
Just looking at the repetition there.
He does catch him, Lamine.
Yeah, but
it's Puertas again.
Yeah, the Albacete players are really whining quite a lot. It is, to be fair, like that was a late challenge. Granted, he does kick him, but it's not one to be like completely. There's a switch again.
It's a nice switch too. It's a really
We're doing the
tidy
same
switch.
thing over and over again. Albacete's doing the same thing over and over again.
Here they come. This one just dropped off to the edge of the area. Nice switch too, wing to wing. Cancelo do well to get out there.
Yeah.
Got some defending who did it well enough. Cancelo got the ball, says the referee. I'd have to agree. Albacete player still down. Araujo stepped up a few times. And look at him go.
There he goes. He's like, I'm going on an adventure. Remember that time Ronald Araujo played as a striker and he scored?
Yes. That was a great.
The days.
Yeah, it was a great one. Yeah, when he actually came on up front and genuinely scored. Yeah, what a moment against Girona. Yeah,
on purpose.
Yeah, incredible, incredible.
I think today there's been a couple. He seems keen.
He does seem keen to get forward.
I think he's really keen to play today. He's keen to get forwards. I think obviously he knows what he's capable of. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe off a corner.
Yeah.
Does
that's it from Lamine. He's trying, isn't he? I mean, we've lost count of how many times Lamine's cut inside and tried to filter a ball through. This time Olmo couldn't quite grasp it in his stride.
Yeah, no, I think it's been
it's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Danny, he wasn't necessarily ready for that touch. I think he thought the Albacete player was going to get there before him. But no.
This was that chance right at the start of the game. Alex, until now, that's our best chance. That
was a really bad finish.
Guilt-edged, isn't it? Really, you'd say guilt-edged for Marcus Rashford and a player of his quality.
Even Pablito
you'd expect it.
That.
Pablito probably would have put that.
Go on, Pablo, say it.
He would have put that away. Pablito would have put that away. On this stage, I probably
We've not played football together.
I know. We need to get back on it. In the big goals.
We do. Then paddle maybe.
No, I'm good. I haven't played paddle in a while, and I'm not playing against Alex again.
Did I leave you that traumatized last time? Okay, we'll stick with football. Then.
Football, I'm happy.
Football, we're good.
I'm happy with football. Yeah.
Okay, we'll play football.
I'm happy. Rashford's got one heck of a whack there, by the way, Alex, off the ball, and he's still down. He's up on his feet now. It was quite a hefty one, and I just wonder whether he's going to need a bit of medical attention here because he might be a little bit rocked by it.
Yeah, I think it was just a really hard impact. It's one of those things that there's not necessarily anything going on, just a bit rattled by the impact because it was quite hefty. But it's a free kick on our left side. It looks like, is Lamine Yamal the other player on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lamine and Marcus Rashford on it. It looks like it's going to go for a cross.
It does. It is Lamine Yamal. There it is. Just headed away from the options running in. This will fall to Cancelo. Nice first touch from him.
Corner?
Deflection. Didn't go out of play.
Yeah, no.
I think he needed to get some height on that though, Alex.
Yeah, that was a really, really good ball from Lamine, to be fair. It was just one of those little dinks that really kind of floats in and really just invites any player to... It's not one of those that has a lot of power, so you need to create the power. That's a bad challenge. That went to his knee.
Well, I'll tell you what, Araujo got that first. That's going to be a Barca free kick. Yeah. Surely at least a yellow card.
Yeah, that's a yellow. Could that be reviewed?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see about this. Didn't look great. There was a bit of a reaction from the Barca players. It was one of those, Alex, when with both players sliding in, whoever gets the ball first is going to end up quite badly. We'll wait for the replay. Bernabeu is in the book. Yeah. And Araujo's still down. Not the sort of player to make a meal of it.
No, definitely. I think what is the questionable bit about the tackle is that he went quite...
Yeah. They're not going to review that.
No, I think a yellow card is fair. Yeah. I think a red card would be pushing it so far because he does retreat, like he takes his foot back.
He doesn't go with his studs either.
Yeah, he goes in. It's a 50-50 challenge. And again, as you said, probably usually the player that gets there first is the one that ends up the worst. But you could see that Albacete the player... He makes the contact and he retreats his boot right away, and there wasn't any bad intention there. It was just unfortunate contact on the knee. Araujo's back, and again it's one of those that you're not injured, it doesn't hurt. It's just that initial impact really does bother you, and you just need just a second to kind of recuperate from that. But Araujo is up and ready, and he's fine again.
Yeah, he's back on his feet. People.
Yeah, I think it was fair. It was a foul, yellow cards, move on. Now we keep going, and hopefully we can get that first goal soon.
Yep, 25 minutes gone now. Time has slowly ticked away, Alex, I must say. And well, the longer it goes, obviously, the happier Albacete will be. As I said, though, Barca have waited until the second half in both their previous cup rounds, also away from home and also to a lower league side. So plenty of football still to be played here, people. Cancelo now then. Again, it's wide for Lamine. Thought about it, didn't he? Lamine, back to Cancelo. Nice run, nice ball. Cancelo.
That's usually where Lewandowski is. He wasn't there.
Now Rashford.
I think he went first post in that one.
Laid off here to Eddie Garcia. Lamine Yamal on the edge of the area. Shuffles it from one foot to the other. It's a brilliant run. He's still going. Was he fouled? I think he's saying he was. I'm wondering whether he's actually more hurt from the collision at the end of that move, Alex, rather than a trip.
Was it the Albacete player that slipped, or Lamine? Don't think it was a foul. I think
there.
Yeah. Lamine Yamal slips, and the Albacete player goes for the trajectory of the ball.
There.
Can't be called a penalty, really, because
it was already fallen, right?
That wasn't a dangerous, it wasn't a goal-scoring opportunity. Lamine Yamal was already on the floor. Again, I think it's unfortunate impact there. The Albacete player is on the floor as well, to be fair. But,
yeah, it's actually in the end Neva who's been hurt, but see if he's going to be okay here. Left his leg in there and got, I suppose, a right whack, didn't he, on Lamine here.
Lamine, it hurt Lamine because it was literally a knee to his rib.
Yeah.
But when that's...
Ooh.
It's that twist there.
It's got it caught under Lamine's body, hasn't he? Deary me.
Not the impact, but that's
Aye.
He goes back as well. That's a twist you don't want to see your knee doing.
I'll tell you what, Alex.
That's painful.
Off the replay, he actually looks okay, considering. I'm not going to lie. Seems to be okay. Vallejo is warming up.
He is, it was one of those really, really bad twists of the knee that you don't want to see anybody get.
No.
He's off the pitch now with the physios, just waiting to see if he's ready to come on. It looks like he's kind of feeling towards his tibia as well. It was just, he gets caught with his knee, gets caught like kind of under.
Yeah.
And it twists in a really awkward position. Obviously, when you have a full body weight falling on top of it, you can't do much. Fortunately, to be fair, it didn't look awful, but that's not a twist that you want your knee to be doing at any time.
Oh, that's a nice ball through. Araujo do well to sweep this up. He does sweep it up. Didn't use Joan Garcia in the end. He's certainly got the pace from those sorts of positions, doesn't he, Araujo? You back him to get there. That's not great from Bernal. Gave it away. Puerta shot. Took a nick on the way through, and in the end, Joan Garcia low down to his right-hand side. May have been creeping in, but Garcia's got the job done. That was risky from Bernal, though.
Yeah, no, it was... Mac Bernal loses the ball in a really, really bad position for us. Joan Garcia just had to go low and down there because then it was deflected off of one of our defenders. So he's just trying to avoid the corners. Corners are always, a really vulnerable position that we put ourselves in, especially a team that...
this is nice, though. Joao and Lamine are linking up once more. So many times we've said that, haven't we?
Yeah.
We thought when Joao signed that maybe that would be a connection we enjoyed seeing. It's certainly been good fun to watch tonight, but still no end product for Barça. Marc Bernal now is showing his skill, but he's given that one away in the right wing position for Barça. Olmos trying to win it back. That should have gone out of play. It has gone out of play. We've reached half an hour of football here inside the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. Albacete for now still holding Barça, and unsurprisingly, Neva's not going to be able to continue here, Alex. He got his leg caught in a very awkward position, and off he comes.
Yeah, no, it's just probably just a lot of discomfort, obviously, for him to stay on the pitch and keep going. It means that the injury isn't necessarily the most devastating one, but really, it's uncomfortable for him to be on the pitch. Probably put weight on it, make the position changes. It's unfortunate. It's quite clear what happened, and again, hopefully it's nothing too serious, and maybe just an esguince that he needs to be maybe a week or two out, but hopefully nothing serious.
So Jesus Vallejo is going to come on here, ex-Real Madrid centre-back. A lot of you will remember well. Carlos Neva, who has played against Barca on several occasions in La Liga, is going to have to depart the field now. So quite a miss this for Albacete. Not what they wanted early on. So an early change here in minute 24. Vallejo, who is a centre-back, so I'm intrigued to see how they end up shifting this around, whether he will go straight onto left-back with an early change there. And the man who was tasked with dealing with Lamine Yamal having to retreat early on.
Yeah, it's not an easy ask, is it? But to be fair, Albacete aren't double-teaming Lamine Yamal as much. They're double-teaming him once he gets into dangerous positions inside the box. But the outside danger that Lamine creates, Albacete are kind of spreading themselves out and covering the space rather than the player, if that makes sense, which makes it obviously harder for Lamine Yamal, because when you're doing 1v1s, 2v1s, Lamine can get by them quite often if he gets into space, whereas Albacete players are not jumping to him, if not covering the spaces that he usually comes into, because again, the trajectory that Lamine Yamal tries to do at the top of the box, it is obvious. We all know it by memory, I think. But yeah, let's see if this changes anything in Albacete's thinking for this.
Well, Vallejo has gone to centre-back, so they have made a bit of a reshuffle at the back. Let's see how that lines up. Either way, it's Barca who are back on the ball here. You can see it there, nearly 75% of possession for the Catalans early on here, but still no breakthrough. Rashford has come closest, but it's still Barca who are trying to knock on the door. Here's Lamine. Back now to Araujo. Albacete with every player behind the ball, as you would expect really in these sorts of situations. De Jong now. Wide again here for Cancelo. How many times is he and Lamine linked up? It's incredible. Lamine, this time goes on his own down the right-hand side. Still Lamine Yamal digs out across too. Gerard Martin has gone for goal. Ambitious, really. Lashed at it. Goes to the stands.
I mean, fair play. It was bouncing. He had a lot of space. There was nothing else to do. Ran to go for it, and one of those it goes in, but not today.
Didn't catch it, really. It was one of those shinners, wasn't it, from Gerard Martin?
No, he actually hits it with his boot, but the thing is that the ball was spinning away from his body, and he hits it completely bad. That's also something that probably they would do on the game day.
Oh, no. Don't listen to her. Eddie Garcia has won that header.
Let's see if we probably think we'll score before half-time.
It's a good question. I'll tell you what, I'll pop a question in the chat now.
Go on, chat. Chat, will we score before half-time? What do you guys think so far?
Yeah, let us know, AP, but it is indeed a question, isn't it, whether Barca are going to be able to crack open the dam here. Let's... I'll load a question up now, Alex, and
go on.
We shall see. 33 minutes played. There's still no way through for us. It's been a little bit frustrating, hasn't it, so far?
Yeah.
We probably expected it, though, before kickoff. I think often people come into these games, see a lower league team and go, how many can you get? It never usually works for that, especially not away from home, not in the cup. We've seen that already against Guadalajara. My God, what a tough evening that was. Until the Christensen goal and then the Rashford goal late on. Yeah, we were here for it. Racing wasn't easy at all either. Barca really had to push for that one. They had good chances, but my God, could Racing have equalised in that one too. Lamine has been fouled. He's been fouled on several occasions already so far.
Yeah, that was a blatant foul. All right. Let's score before half-time, pretty please.
There you go then. What will the score be at half-time, people? 0-0? Are we going to get 1 or are we going to get 2? Well, feel free to put another option. Let us know, people.
I think 2 is really optimistic, by the way. That
Very.
This game. All right, what does the chat say?
Let's have a look. We've put it in there now, so let's see what they say. Goal by PP. Is that propia puerta? I'm guessing they're saying that. We've got to score before half-time. If not, we'll make it harder for ourselves. Yeah, it certainly is the case, but this is a team who, remember, I mean, at half-time, we haven't been winning in a lot of games this season, guys. We've really been a team of comebacks. That's a nice turn from Rashford. Not a bad pullback. Olmo will get in there. Good from the Albacete defenders not to dive in and give away a penalty. Lots of 2s, Alex. Lots of people saying it'll be 1-0 at half-time.
Okay.
Lamine Yamal. Will the goal come from his boots? Lamine onto his left foot. Shoots. Blocked. Lewandowski was crashing in on that too. And now Albacete will try and get some respite for one of the first times in quite a while. But right now, every time they try and release the ball, it's going straight back at them.
Yeah, to be fair, Eric Garcia and Ronaldo have dealt really well with them trying to run into space. They've had to defend a lot of 1v1s, you know, literally just sprinting to try to get the ball first, and so far they've won most of them. So fair play to Eric Garcia and Ronaldo for that so far, because I think Albacete, whenever they get the ball again, they're going for the really direct route. They're getting, you know, they recover it. They recover the ball. The first pass goes into safety to one of their teammates, and that teammate literally goes just straight for either the switch across the pitch or just straight through the defense going into space. But so far, Eric Garcia and Ronaldo have kind of killed every attack that Albacete have had, you know, in the later stage of this first half.
That was nice from Gerard Martin. It's a very tough challenge, I must say.
Yeah.
We're on the back of Lewandowski, who's still down there. So free kick here for Barça in a pretty good position. Similar sort of position to on the one we floated, that free kick into the back post from Lamine Yamal. You'd imagine this will be a similar sort of idea from Barça. They'll put the left footer on it and float one in. Goes right through Levy, doesn't he, on that one, the challenge.
Yeah, he was kind of saying, he's like, it's like, that was a foul. Yeah. That was a clear foul. Comes in from the back, goes straight to Lewandowski to not get the ball. I don't think he can really complain about that. It's a free kick on our left side. So again, Lamine Yamal and Marcus Rashford over the ball. I'd imagine Lamine is going to go for that same little dink, trying to go into second post. Yeah,
well, there we go, Alex. There it is from Lamine. This time a bit closer to the keeper. He could only punch, though, because he had his own shirts around him. Almost strikes. Oh, and that's an important block in the end behind. And out for a corner. Hit off Moreno in the end.
Yeah, it was quite
almost
clear.
Strike.
quite clear what Lamine Yamal was trying to go for. Ronaldo was the man that was going in that second post. Right now, right before this corner, Ronaldo goes to Lamine, saying that was the one.
Yeah.
Just hit it too close to the keeper. The keeper did really well to come out and get that before it dropped into the second post, because Ronaldo was in quite free. But it's quite clear again what we're trying to do off those free kicks. And again, I'm happy. There's a clear free kick routine.
Yeah. They've worked decently well so far.
Yeah, to be fair, hopefully we can get the advantage, and Ronaldo gets his goal.
I mean, you said, Alex, maybe a set piece is the way in tonight for Barca. When you've got the height of someone like an Araujo, in a cup game like this, where it is a bit bitty and it's not always easy to generate chances from open play, it's not a bad shout.
That's why I think that's probably why I get so frustrated, the fact that we don't have those free kick and those corner kick records that a lot of big teams have, because you get the opportunity now. For example, there's literally 8 minutes left in the first half. You get this free kick. You score, you're going to halftime 1-0 up without really doing much effort, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And again, you go to the later stages of the match, maybe you need one goal.
Ooh, that's a bad giveaway, isn't it? Rashford's in, a bit of a loose touch, it doesn't matter. Lamine Yamal's in! Oh, just like that! That was ruthless from Barca, wasn't it? Rashford won it back. De Jong moved it ever so well, and Lamine Yamal first time, no mistake from him. Albacete 0, Barca 1. That's what the champions could do. They absolutely punished the second tier side there, and it's the Catalans who have the lead.
Oh, that was a brilliant play. It was Marcus Rashford, Dani Olmo, Frenkie de Jong, Lamine Yamal, and that goes straight into the back of the net. That was brilliant play from us. We recovered the ball really right there. Marcus Rashford did really well to get. Literally goes Marcus Rashford, Frenkie de Jong straight to Lamine Yamal. It was Gerard Martin, Frenkie de Jong and Marcus Rashford pressuring the ball. Marcus Rashford gets to the end of it, flicks it off to Frenkie de Jong, and Frenkie de Jong does brilliant there to give that pass to Lamine, because the space was there, and that was a brilliant finish. It's off the bounce from Lamine Yamal straight into the side netting. Brilliant play from us, to be honest. That was a really good team goal.
It really was. It was ruthless from Barca too, wasn't it, Alex? A bit of a stamp of authority on this game. Yeah. You simply cannot make a mistake like that against Barca, can you? It's very harsh for Albacete. When you feel for them in a way to give it away there, but Barca worked it ever so well. And it wasn't an easy finish for Lamine, as you said, Alex. First time like that, I was thinking, is he going to take a touch? But he got it to absolute perfection. And that's the difference that big players make. Watch out here, because Albacete want Cancelo sent off here. My goodness me, well, Cancelo already on a yellow card, and he has made a foul, and the Albacete players are fuming. You can see Pacheco there trying to get the home fans on their feet. You just wonder now, Alex, whether this will be Flick thinking Cancelo's going to have to come off at half-time, because he's on the verge here.
No.
Not a second yellow for you, no?
No. He steps on him, but he gets the ball. That was the player wasn't even going for the ball. The Albacete player was nowhere near getting the ball. The Albacete player was not even going for the ball. João Cancelo gets the ball comfortably. He literally clears that without any pressure on him. And once the Albacete player is arriving, when he hits... he gets the ball.
Yeah.
He fully gets the ball. There's no intention there. João Cancelo gets the ball first. Albacete player gets second. That means he's under João Cancelo and not above João Cancelo getting the ball, for example. Don't think that.
There it is. He's definitely caught, isn't he, Bernabeu, from Cancelo?
He is caught. He definitely is caught, but it's definitely not a yellow for me, I think. I think for me, getting the second yellow overall, it's all about the intention. I think there is no bad intention. João Cancelo just genuinely just going through the ball.
Albacete do have a corner here. Their first of the evening, actually. They've swung it right to the back post. Beautifully taken down that by Puertas. He's going to lay this back off here to Bernabeu, who might well swing this one in. He does. It's not a great cross. Oh, and if that header had a little less on it, my goodness me, Barca were in. They had numbers chasing forward there. Lamine Yamal all the way up to 14 goals this season. Quite the record from him. Let's see the reaction then of Hansi Flick to that one. Celebrating this Barca opener. Well, what a big moment it was for him. He probably didn't expect it when it fell to Lamine Yamal's boots, but no mistake from the 18-year-old. It's Barca's first attempt on target. And, well, the number 10 did not fail for the Catalans. A vital goal before half-time. Araujo will do well to get that, as will Cancelo. Albacete trying to equalise here before the interval, get themselves back into this one. Eric Garcia has leapt and got it clear. Now Olmo will do the same. And again, if Barca hurry, they could be in here. They've been caught upfield, Albacete. Look at Rashford, look at the space he's in. De Jong, well, he released that at the perfect time. This is Rashford. Look at Lewandowski. It's just ahead of the pole, and so nearly a Barca second.
Should that maybe have been a first-time cross from Rashford? To be fair, he does really well off his first touch.
Maybe, Alex, maybe. Yeah,
but there, I think it closes down the pitch, because obviously you can't put that too close to the keeper, because then that's just an easy save for the keeper. And you maybe wanted to put that in first time to give, the pass a lot more room to breathe, because he really had to get that really precise with the spacing and closing down. Brilliant play. Frenkie de Jong did absolutely amazing there to drive up the pitch. He holds on. A lot of people probably think, why are you holding on to the ball so much? But it's literally, you take the space, you draw in the defenders, you draw in, the spaces, you compact the Albacete defenders, and that's why Marcus Rashford had so much space on the wing. So it was brilliant play from Frenkie de Jong.
Look at this from Puertas, who's running back the years here tonight. He's still going.
He's having a really good match today, to be fair.
Showing all of his quality. That's nicely left too. Albacete carving up quite a nice little attack here. And that's not a bad ball to the back post. Puertas is in. Bernal missed his header. So did the Albacete striker, though. My goodness.
Luckily
well,
for us,
got away with one there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was really lucky from Marc Bernal. Did really well. I think he literally jumped with all his might. So for him not to get there wasn't because he didn't want to. But I think it was Dani Olmo. That would have been really, really good.
Similar to the first goal. Poor little giveaway at the back, wasn't it? There you go then. Early on, Cubarsí is warming up. I just wonder whether that is because of that yellow card to Joao Cancelo. Just thinking maybe Hansi Flick about mixing up his back line. We'll see at the interval what the German coach does with the situation in the Portuguese fullback. That's a late run from Puertas. He's in. He's through on Joan Garcia's goal. And in the end, nothing doing. Run out of room, didn't he? Araujo was there to help him out.
Yeah, I have to say Puertas is having a good game today against us. It was a really heavy touch from him there that just let Joan Garcia get on the ball quite comfortably.
Causing all the issues though, isn't he, really? The Albacete number 7.
Yeah.
He's the top scorer this season, you can see why.
Yeah, Ronald Araujo did really well there to body him off the ball and give Joan Garcia a lot of protection to be able to get to the end of that really, really comfortably. Joan Garcia showing his appreciation there for Ronald Araujo. It's a corner kick.
How was this ending up in a corner? I'm not quite sure, Alex. We must have missed something because
we definitely missed something because that was Joan Garcia had the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he had the ball in his hands, so I'm guessing Barca are giving this away. We didn't see it on the feed. Anyway, here we go then. Stroke of half-time. Corner for the home team. Big moment this in the game. Can Barca clear it? They can.
Yes, we can.
Lewandowski gets his head up there. 45 minutes has indeed been struck then. Let's see how much is going to be added on here at the end of the first half. Board is up. Switch there. In the end, it's going to be Cancelo who wins it once more. Every time Cancelo is in a duel, they want something, don't they?
Yeah, the fans and the players are really hyping up Joao Cancelo whenever he commits any kind of impact really on any player. They're really going for it. It was a clean header, I think. Albacete the player didn't jump, so Joao Cancelo really did look really aggressive in that play, but there's nothing to it. Absolutely nothing. I think Joao Cancelo is a well enough experienced player that he knows exactly what he can and can't do.
That's a good ball, wasn't it, from Lamine? Olmo got his head on that too, and he just flicked it past the far post. Wasn't an easy chance to generate really there for Olmo, but did get something on it. That was the chance for Puertas.
Yeah, really lucky there. Marc Bernal does enough to really just confuse.
Put him off.
He was confusing because Marc Bernal's tried. He gets there really well. He just misses the ball entirely, and Puertas just was expecting Marc Bernal to get the ball, so he didn't really go for it. Frenkie de Jong is down now. It was just a clash, 50-50 clash.
Yeah, been a few of those so far this evening. De Jong's still down. Eric Garcia's kicked the ball out of play here. We've played half of added time.
Yeah, I think it was just head collision. Frenkie de Jong is bleeding from his lip, I think it is. Yeah. Is it his lip or his nose? That hurts. That hurts. Frenkie de Jong just that hurts. Frenkie de Jong goes up for the header, and as he's coming down, he lands on the top of the head of the Albacete player. I think Frenkie de Jong just has a busted lip. The Albacete player, don't think he's bleeding from his head, but I think the Albacete player actually gets the worst of it.
There's Cubarsí warming up quite strongly there for Barça. Looks as though he's going to be coming on at half-time here, people. Pau Cubarsí for Barça, going through a very, very meticulous warm-up right at the end of the first half. So early indications are that Barça are going to make a half-time change here. We'll see the setup of that.
Yeah, potentially, what could it be? Put Eric Garcia as the right back.
I think so.
You put Cubarsí in with Ronald Araujo.
I think so, Alex, yep. I mean, you'd imagine it's for Cancelo. You really would. It's a typical change of a manager. It really is. You know, when you've got a player who's on a booking and you can see he's close to maybe getting the second, the fact the crowd are on and the referee will know one more and I'm going to send you off. It's unfortunate, but it often is the case, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily have the... we don't necessarily have the advantage enough to be able to kind of take it easy and kind of take the risk.
Yeah. No, can't afford to go to 10, not here. Albacete will do well not to make a mess of things at the back again. It was a heavy touch up the back that really put them in trouble last time around. It's not a bad ball on the back, but Araujo should be able to sweep things up. He does. Joan Garcia can go long. Lewandowski is in pursuit of this one. It falls to De Jong and Olmo.
Really
Martin, slick football from Barça, who can build up again here. Final play of the first half then.
Yeah,
we've played the 3 additional minutes.
To be fair, we've calmed down quite a lot. We haven't really on the attack. We've been really kind of prioritising keeping possession as much as we can, trying to get the clear balls going forwards, for better for worse. I'm not the biggest fan of that, trying to literally just walk the ball into the back of the net.
Could do with the second goal. Maybe that'll be something Barca look for at the start of the second half. They're not going to do it in the first half because the whistle has been blown. So half-time, people, here at the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. It is Albacete 0, Barça 1. Lamine Yamal with a gorgeous goal. Rashford won it back. De Jong set him up, and Lamine, first time finished, into the far corner. Well, that's the difference between the two sides right now. Not been easy for Barça. They've had lots of the ball, but there is work to do in the second half still for Hansi Flick's team. This one isn't done yet. It's the Copa del Rey. Watch out, people. Half-time, it's Albacete 0, Barça 1. There you go then, Alex. Half-time here at the Carlos Belmonte. Barça do lead just by a 1 goal. Been a comfortable enough first half with lots of the ball. Not many chances, to be fair. I mean, we had the Rashford ones. Only 1 shot on target was the goal. Hasn't been a game we've been peppering the goalkeeper, for example.
No, not at all.
It's been a little bit, a little bit stale at times throughout the first half, but so far doing our job. Second half, I suppose, all about getting that second goal early.
Yeah, I think you have to say this. So, Albacete haven't been one to shy away from their opportunities. Luckily for us, they've not really had any clear opportunity yet. I'd imagine at some point in the second half, they probably will get that. They've played an okay game, and I think probably the halftime talk is going to be correcting a lot of that. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the second half they might, if they get good opportunities, they could score from that. Hopefully not, but I think they have a lot to grow in. Huertas is having a really good game.
Yep.
Try to get the ball to him a bit more. Try to get the ball to him early. They're switching sides really, really well, and hopefully, that doesn't affect us, because at the same time, on our side, we're keeping possession, we're doing well on that, but again, you said it, we've only had a 1 shot on target. That's the Lamine Yamal chance. Marcus Rashford had a really, really good opportunity, obviously in the beginning of the first half. I think that should have been easily tucked away. Potentially that could have shifted the momentum of the game. We've said it so many times, the longer that we wait to score the first one, the more confident the teams grow, and if they know they maybe don't have a chance to score, the longer they're in it, the easier it gets for them to kind of get it in their head that they can win this. And we're going to the halftime and up 1-0, but 1-0 we know can change literally within a matter of seconds in the second half. I think for me, we have been dominating possession. There has been really, really good plays. To be fair, you look at the Lamine Yamal goal, and that was absolutely brilliant team play. Frenkie de Jong has done a lot of good chances. Marc Bernal has had a few good moments as well. Dani Olmo with the high press as well. You want to see the fruits of this, and you want to see us scoring more, because at the same time, if we're not able to kill a game like this out, it does. For us, I think it's about thinking about the rest of the season. If we can't bury a game like this, can we bury a Champions League semi-final, for example? That's kind of where my head goes automatically. So hopefully the second half, we do see the changes. We do see the effectiveness of whatever Hansi Flick has to say at halftime. But hopefully we grow into the second half a bit more, and we're able to be a bit more active, I think, in front of goal. Yeah,
need for Barca to be ruthless in the second 45 minutes, certainly. That's the job then of Hansi Flick and his players in the half-time dressing room right now. Have a bit of a chat amongst yourselves and get yourselves back out there for the second half. But we'll wait and see what happens with Cancelo also, because there has been Cubarsí warming up quite vigorously towards the end of the first half. All of that is to come in the second half, people. We're going to take a very quick break here, play along with the halftime quiz as always, and don't go anywhere, because in the second half we're going to find out if Barça are going to make it through to the Copa del Rey semi-finals. We've got the lead. It's been a Lamine Yamal goal. He's been the difference maker so far tonight. All to come in the second half though, people. We'll take a quick break here. See you in a moment. Hello people, welcome back here for coverage of the second half. Barca are currently leading Albacete by 1-0 in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. Alex, been a steady first half. We've said it really, didn't we, a few moments ago. Hasn't been too much to shout about. We can tell you guys, Pau Cubarsí is going to be coming on at half-time there for Barca, so immediately a change for Hansi Flick.
Yeah, seems like you probably can safely say it probably will be Joao Cancelo coming off.
I think so, Alex.
Again, it is quite, to be fair, he has had to deal with, Puertas, and Albacete have liked attacking down that left side. I think it is quite risky for him to be on the pitch, not because of him, but because of the task that he's been having to put up with so far. He's had 2 challenges after that yellow cards that some refs maybe might take out that second yellow. And I think they need to be careful for that. And we're only 1-0 up, grand. We're dominating possession. Not really letting Albacete do much from their sides, but I think it is probably a safe call for Hansi Flick to take Joao Cancelo off and watch it be Freddy Garcia now.
No, I don't think so, Alex. I don't think so. On Eric Garcia, now, who's the best player for you in the first half? Okay. Not an easy one, I don't think. I think it's an obvious answer as well, actually, I suppose. Not an easy one to put 3 players, maybe. I think Lamine probably was.
I would have to say De Jong.
Oh, okay. The De Jong's #1 fan strikes again. He has been good, De Jong.
He has been, I think, mostly he's been really, really good in recovering ball possession and attacking. It's the he's been the Pedri today. Marc Bernal has kind of dropped in to be more the Frankie role of kind of being the second-hand man and dropping a bit deeper. Frenkie de Jong, I think lately, really, he's been using his body really, really well to take advantage of the ball, the speed of play of the ball. And there's been a few times that he's been able to burst into space. He obviously assisted Lamine Yamal. I think that was a brilliant assist. He helped Marcus Rashford in that, the high recovery with the ball. So I have to say, overall, Frenkie de Jong, he's been good in attack. He's been good in defensive actions as well. Yep. And of course, Lamine with the brilliant finish. And he's been involved in most of the attacks so far. Most of it has gone through Joao Cancelo and Lamine Yamal. So I'd like to see the second half, kind of see how it plays out without Joao Cancelo on that right side. But I think for me, overall, from start to finish, it's been Frenkie de Jong.
Okay, I like it, Alex. Guys, in the members' live chats, let us know who you think. Peter Malaguita says Lamine. Mac Lumbis also has said Lamine. Yeah, so Barca are going to make a change at half-time. I want to quickly remind you, if you are a YouTube Premium member, you've got this to look forward to on Sunday morning / Saturday night, really, depending on where you are around the world. Barça Legends against Real Madrid Leyendas. That's a clásico between legends of the 2 greatest clubs there in Spanish history. So there you have it. Watch out for that one, guys. That's Sunday from 1 a.m. Central European time for Barca YouTube Premium members. Right then, the players are back on the pitch here for the second half. It's Albacete versus Barça. Let's go over then to game commentary. Hello, welcome back here to coverage of the second half. Then Albacete and Barça back out. Barça have made 1 change at the interval. And immediately, Alex, looking down at the players who have come back on the pitch, those who haven't, Pau Cubarsí is on, Joao Cancelo is off. We imagine that is because of the yellow card that he got in the first half. And maybe, fortunately, escaping a second yellow, depending on which way you see it. Let's see then. You'd imagine Cubarsí to centre-back with Araujo and Eric to right-back, wouldn't you?
Yeah, surely that's the logical choice, but we've seen Hansi Flick throw some curveballs at us in the past a couple times. But I think today, we're only 1-0 up. It's not time to kind of get more creative than what he did with this starting lineup to begin with. I think it's probably be that little swap there. Come in Cubarsí. To be fair, I really did like the way that Cubarsí and Ronald Araujo were playing before Ronald Araujo. They're complaining that Cubarsí is taking too long for the team huddle. I do. From what we've seen, at the start of the season, Ronald Araujo and Cubarsí did play well together. I think the veteran and the youngster kind of combination works well for them. And I think today Ronald Araujo is playing with a lot of confidence, and I think Cubarsí does well to feed off of that. So hopefully, he can have an impact to the game. We've seen Cubarsí score as well.
Yep.
So hopefully, maybe he does get that chance in, but hopefully for us, I think the second half needs to be a lot better than the first half.
Garcia, a player who did score his first Barça goal in the Copa del Rey. It was last year in February, actually, against Atletico de Madrid. So here we go then, people. Ready now for the start of the second half. It's Barça who have a 1-goal lead away from home to Albacete. It's Olmo who gets us back underway. And there you go, immediately. Garcia left centre-back. Araujo still on the right. And indeed, Eric Garcia over to right-back. I mean, with Gerard Martin at left-back there too, Alex, you've almost got all of the players who can play centre-back for us right now on the pitch together, don't you, in a back four, which maybe not the most attacking back four for Barça, is what you'd say, is it?
No, definitely, yeah, that is true, isn't it? Obviously, you know, when you don't have Jules Koundé and Alejandro Valde, who are more attack-minding, you know, defenders, then you have Gerard Martin and Eric Garcia, who are more defensive-minded defenders, which sounds ridiculous to say out loud, but I think everyone understands the gist of it. But it is, yeah, it is true. But I'd like to think that it gives us a lot more stability going forward. You know, Eric Garcia and Gerard Martin aren't going to do the overlaps that Jules Koundé and Alejandro Valde like to do. So maybe it just gives us a bit more calmness to actually be able to creep up the pitch little by little. But at the same time, you know, it does give away a factor that we actually do love to see on the pitch with those overlapping and underlapping runs, which Joan Calcero was giving us that.
Yeah.
With Lamine Yamal, he was getting really high up the pitch, he was getting a few crosses in, he was receiving the ball high up the pitch, playing off of Lamine Yamal and Dani Olmo. So let's see what the second half has in store.
Ooh, that's a nice start by Rashford, who looked a bit unconfident in the first half. Look at the way he started the second. What a run by Rashford. Should be 2-0, Alex. And almost had his shot blocked off the goal line. Can you quite believe that?
Yes, I can believe that. It seems like the story of the game today.
Yeah, after last week, I think we can.
Aye.
Brilliant from Rashford, though, wasn't it? What a driving run. Olmo had all the time in the world, though.
Aye. Oh, cheeky nutmeg from Marcus Rashford. Brilliant, that. Oh. To be fair, there was 4 players in front of him. There were 4 players. There was 4 players in the goal, literally, for that to go in. I mean, fair play to them, but unfortunate for us.
Referees are questioning a bit of pulling here. Yeah, it is unfortunate because you get the feeling, Alex, that might well have been game, set and match early on here in the second half.
Yeah,
and that could have killed Albacete off, really.
It's what we really wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So hopefully the start.
Maybe now from Rashford's corner. And then the strike comes in again from Olmo. Araujo's over this again. Gerard Martin. Big chance for Eric. And now Lewandowski. It's chaos in there. And it's behind for a goal kick.
That was really chaotic. That was literally our defenders.
Linking up, yeah.
Gerard Martin and Eric Garcia there trying to take the goal. They're like, right, if our attackers can't do it, then let's try to get the defenders involved in the play. Fair play to Dani Olmo. He tried to go across the goal, but there was an Albacete player literally right in front of him, and going past that player was going to be quite difficult. But yeah, our defenders linking play there in the corner kick. They really wanted that goal. So far, you know, we started the second half good, I think you can probably say.
Yep.
We started, you know, on the front foot. We started, you know, being really... We've had intentions going forward, which is actually quite nice to see that we don't always get. But again, probably the most, when this happens, the most disappointing thing is that we can never score off of it. So it's kind of these first 5-10 intense minutes kind of wasted, sort of say, because we can't score from it. So that's something else that we need to kind of, you know, get hold of going to, you know, more matches this season.
Yeah, Barca will do well to take advantage of the chances they have. That one there from Olmo was certainly a big one. There are some of the Barca players warming up then. You can see them there. Ferran, Casado, Alejandro Valde, and indeed Fermín López. Plenty of talent still available for Hansi Flick to bring on in this one, should he so require at any stage. And indeed there is Rooney Bardghji too. So they have 5 players warming up for Barca. I was just about to ask, where's Rooney? There he is. Here come on Albacete there with Bernabeu. Still just 1 goal behind in this one. Haven't shown an awful lot going forward. Puertas has been their best attacking player, but Barca have got the game in a pretty comfortable spot right now. You get the feeling that a second goal pretty much kills Albacete off here. It's a question of getting it though.
Yeah, I think if you're an Albacete player, you look at 1-0 and you're like, grounds, I think we can actually get this back. You look at 2-0, it's a bit more deflating for them to kind of know that they've gotten the minimum amount of chances. Getting 1 goal is already hard enough, but it's very doable. Getting 2 goals might be just too steep of a hill to climb back up from. So I agree, Pablo. You know, that second goal really will probably kill this game off.
Albacete with a throw in here. Is this one of the long throw-ins then that we're seeing in football nowadays? Yeah. It's Javi Moreno who's gone to take it. There you go, launched into the box. It's not gone too far though, although it's flicked on here. Oh, that's a vital block by Frenkie de Jong. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure where that was headed. And Joan Garcia can't stop it from going behind for a corner.
It was a bad defensive header. I didn't see.
Eric,
was it Eric?
There.
Yeah, bad. Literally almost assisted the Albacete player with a brilliant assist. I think it was Puertas there with good half. It was a volley. Now with an Albacete corner kick. Not the defensive actions that we want from the corner kick.
There is the corner. It's a bit of a mess in there. It's well cleared in the end there. Lewandowski was first to the ball. Sharp reflexes, hacked it clear. Bit of hope for Albacete though, and I mean you can see how quickly a game of football can change. We didn't score the chance through Olmo, and then Albacete now coming themselves down the other end.
Yeah.
Hansi Flick will be thinking just that this one remains in the balance, whilst it's still only one.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Again, you know, Albacete had a really good chance there by Puertas. Luckily for us, Frenkie de Jong got in front of that because that ball it's a volley inside the box. Joan Garcia has, you know, it's really hard for a keeper to get that just with the pace of the ball so close to them. And there was a lot of bodies in the ball, so Joan Garcia didn't really have the best visibility either. So
yeah,
that was probably going to go in if Frenkie de Jong wasn't in front of that. And again, you know, that just gives Albacete a lot more confidence, a lot more momentum going forward. Because again, it is only 1-0, and they get one of these chances. The next one they're going to bury it away, and 1-1, and there you have it. So I think that second goal is important. I think mentally for either side. So I think for us, it gives us a bit more cushion. For Albacete, it deflates them a bit more because right now they are quite intense going forward. They need that first goal and they know it because they want to get it early to play the rest of the match. But hopefully, you know, we do get that first goal in the second half and we're able to kind of put a 1 nail in the coffin so far.
Yep, so far, despite not showing much going forward, they have managed to at least keep Barca at arm's length, haven't they? Just one goal behind, and well, it's not like we've been full and absolutely full of opportunities, you know. There have been some good ones that we should have scored. Olmo and Rashford certainly should have had a goal each, no doubt about that. But it's not been like the Elche game where there was just a flood and a flood of chances. It's been calmer. It's not been one of those games that you're constantly talking about a chance. So Albacete will at least be content with that. Well, De Jong turned his back on it, but in the end it proved vital, didn't it?
Yeah, that was definitely on target as well.
Yeah.
That was going on target. I didn't see where Joan Garcia was. Don't know if it was going in, but it was definitely on target.
That's nice from Joan Martin to Marc Bernal here. Switch is a bit risky across your back line. Eric has got something on it though. It's found Lamine Yamal. Not seen too much of him so far in the second half. He had the ball pretty much all the time in the first. Maybe one of the players who will be most upset with João Cancelo going off at half-time is Lamine Yamal. He was getting fed the ball constantly by the Portuguese fullback. Bernal now though, over to Joan Martin. He's got Rashford in support. Rashford produced that run right at the start of the second half, didn't he? Trying to do something similar. Bernal. Now Eric. There's Rashford at the back post. Surely now. No, it didn't fall to him.
Oh, that would have been a brilliant goal. It was a brilliant idea from Eric Garcia. Just a floating ball there in the second post for Marcus Rashford to get to the end of it. Albacete, the keeper, did well to come out and intervene that because that was going in the back of the net.
This is Olmo now for Barca. Tight spaces these for Barca. The skill is just marvellous though. It really is. That from Lamine and Olmo. And Lewandowski got a touch on that.
Surely.
Was he not obstructed? Referee says no. Well, I thought he might have been. Lovely little cameo from Olmo and Lamine, wasn't it though?
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Really good from Dani Olmo. Tight touches on the ball in tight space. That was really, really complicated. And Lamine Yamal there just with the back heel to beat two players and give the ball into space for Dani Olmo to run onto. No, that was absolutely brilliant, to be honest.
This is Bernal now. Striding forward in Barca red and blue. Eric Garcia looks up, thinks about it, finds Lamine Yamal. Bernal in a pocket of space.
Go on.
Nice feet from him. Surely a yellow card, and I'll tell you what.
Definitely.
Bernabeu has been booked, eh?
Oh.
He's not going to be booked again here, but just all I'm saying is...
If that was definitely a first yellow.
The outrage from the Cancelo one in the first half, that's what it takes playing at home, though, compared to what you're playing away, because I know he's not going towards goal there, Bernal, but he was going forward, Alex, in towards a winger position. He pulls him back. It's one of those cynical fouls, if you like.
I think if he didn't have a yellow, that probably would have been a yellow.
I'd say so.
I think it was a harsh second yellow, probably.
Agreed. I agree.
But it was definitely, it was a cynical foul.
I'd agree. Risky from Bernal, that's for sure. You don't want to be pulling shirts when you're on a yellow. Oh, that's gone all the way through from Rashford. Olmo has been able to retrieve. He's got Bernal here in support. Marc Bernal get his cross away. It's come off and Albacete head and behind for a corner. 10 minutes played in the second half. Barca slowly building. Carlos Belmonte waits on in anticipation. You see the Barca players heading towards the penalty box.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some fruits of this.
Araujo's tussling in there. Marcus Rashford is again the man in charge of delivering this for Barca. The Uruguayan in the middle has gone down. Corner will now be taken again. In it goes by Rashford. Araujo's up! Araujo scores! Barca have 2, and it's Ronald Araujo, the man we've been saying all night long, might well be a shout to cross the ball to from set pieces. And he gets his first goal since returning to the starting 11. Albacete 0, Barca 2, just what the doctor ordered at the start of the second half.
Yeah, we said at the beginning of the match, didn't we? Hopefully, Ronaldo can come back. We know how proud he is to lead the team out as captain, and there he is. He gets his goal. It's a brilliant goal, to be fair. The defenders were literally just grabbing his arm, hanging on to him, literally, and he still managed to, unattach himself from his defender and get to the end of that. That was a brilliant finish. Brilliant finish from Ronald Araujo there from the corner.
There you go, Alex. Yeah, I mean, he was quite literally being tussled to the ground in the build-up to that one, but he got himself free. So good from attacking set pieces. We've seen that in his Barca career. It's a brilliant flicked-on header, isn't it? And in the end, the goalkeeper saw it late, couldn't keep it out, only got a touch to it. Hansi Flick will be delighted, won't he?
There he is.
And a nice embrace
Araujo
too.
Went there to celebrate with Hansi Flick.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another assist for Marcus Rashford, by the way, in and amongst all of that. So Barca now do have 2, Alex. And we'll have a look at the Flick celebration in a moment, because here comes Lamine. Could it be 3? Lewandowski. It should have been 3, I must say. It really should have been 3.
Oh, really? Just Lewa doesn't really get much direction onto it. It goes straight to the Albacete keeper. Really good, easy save for the Albacete keeper, but probably should have been 3rd goal there from Lewandowski.
They have a reaction of Hansi Flick to the second Barca goal. That should be a free kick. Yeah, it is. Alex, not even an hour of football played though. 2-0. Barca exactly where they want the game now, aren't they, really? Very, very good indeed. Very good news.
Yeah, no, 2-0 is exactly where we needed to be, I think. I think you could tell the Albacete players a bit more deflated. Again, going up, having to come back from 1-0, then having to come back from 2-0 are 2 completely different things. There's only just over half an hour left of the match, and going 2-0 up against Barca. It's scoring 2 goals, but at the same time not conceding more, so it's a big ask for Albacete right now. Delivery
into the front post and over and behind for a goal kick. No corner given to Albacete on that occasion. They thought it took a deflection, it didn't. Eric. Now Lamine Yamal. Double change being prepared here. Yeah. Hefte is going to come on. Said it here. The man who scored that late goal against Madrid. Koubarsi. This is De Jong. Now Marcus Rashford. This is Koubarsi. Araujo.
I think
Eric Garcia.
Just calm. Keeping possession, moving the ball around. We're not forcing anything so far, which is actually quite nice. There's no need to force anything. Eric Garcia there with the overlap with Lamine Yamal. Not something you see a lot.
Oh, not a bad ball by Lamine, and it could be in, but Vallejo was stuck to his task, didn't he? Got the job done and can bring Albacete clear here. Not been the fairy tale evening they've wanted so far. Barca have been disciplined, they've done their job, although things can change quickly. Gerard Martin was really steady there in his play. And yeah, it did take a touch off the Albacete play. You knew it wasn't going to go down well.
Yeah.
Well, we saw a nice special moment, didn't we, after the goal went in, as Ronald Araujo ran all the way over to Hansi Flick to celebrate for the goal. This is it. The hug between captain and coach. Nice to see, isn't it, there, between the Uruguayan and his manager. Not been an easy few months for him, of course.
There's been a lot of players that have gone over to celebrate with Hansi Flick lately. It is nice to see the relationship that the players have with Hansi Flick. You know, goal celebrations are quite sacred to the players, I think. Yeah. Especially, you know, when you score a nice goal, you kind of want to celebrate yourself on that. But a lot of the players go over to Hansi Flick, and I think that really kind of explains the relationship that he has with his players and the confidence that the players have with him, the appreciation that the players have for him. To go over and celebrate the goal with him, I think it says a lot. Yeah. And we're lucky to have that relationship with our coach and the players, because it is so hard to come across that, and the players respect him so much. And again, you know, that it comes to fruits when you want to experiment things. The players have confidence to do it. If Hansi Flick wants to do something, the players are keen to do it. And I think it's just that's so important going into, you know, the second half of the season and going for the rest of the season, is kind of instilling that confidence in every single player and knowing that they have the backing of their manager.
Yeah, what a great relationship the Barca players have with Hansi Flick. And you said, Alex, it is so important, I think, especially in the modern game. You don't often see it, where you have managers alienated from the board or from the players, and it's not the case at Barca. Very much everyone running in the same direction and pulling in the same direction. You can see it on the Barca players. You said it, celebrating with Flick, but certainly the way they buy into his ideas too. It doesn't seem like a dressing room full of those egos where they won't listen to the manager. Lamine.
Who's the last one to do it? Was it Lamine or Rafinha to go over and celebrate with Hansi?
Fermin did it. Fermin did it recently in Slavia, I think it was. This is Marcus Rashford now. Another assist for him tonight. Lays off Bernal. Now Lamine Yamal, eager for a second. Lamine just saw that corner open up, didn't he? Didn't go for didn't quite get the shot away. Good block. Bernal will be able to pluck that out of the sky, but Albacete are going to be able to bring things clear. I just feel like we've killed the atmosphere a little bit inside the Carlos Belmonte too, Alex. It's got a different feel to it than it did in the opening few minutes.
What a ball.
I wonder if that was offside. If it's not, Heftes in here. The man of the cup so far. Heftes strikes, misses. Flag has stayed down, Alex.
I think that was onside, to be honest. I think that was a really fair play. That was a brilliant ball there into space. That was tight, actually.
Yeah.
I would have to see another angle in the offside line, but luckily for us, that went wide. It was a really, really good position.
Well, he's a danger man. Perhaps surprised he didn't start just because of the record he's had so far in the cup this season. Couldn't get that strike on target. And I'll tell you what, Araujo just lost his footing a bit.
Yeah,
it opened up, didn't it, for Heften? He couldn't quite take advantage. What a big chance that was for Albacete to get back into this one. My God.
Yeah. Araujo just slips a bit. And we have a double change coming for us.
Yeah, we do.
Ferran Torres and Marc Casado are coming on. You would assume for Lewandowski and...
Olmo's going to strike this. Olmo! Good save, but the keeper tips it round the post. Maybe De Jong, in fact, Alex. It's a rest.
De Jong or maybe Gerard Martin. But
for a fullback change here. There you have it. There are the Barca players who are ready to come on. Casado and Ferran. Lewandowski, you'd imagine, will certainly be the first off for Ferran Torres, and I'd imagine De Jong actually, Alex. I think with the workload we got coming up. Maybe it's a little bit earlier, only 2-0, a bit risky, but let's see. I mean, it could be Bernal, by the way. You know, he might want to rest Bernal. You know, Rashford's over this corner. Then Barca scored from their last set piece delivery. In by the Englishman. Araujo's there again. Didn't quite make contact with it this time. And I mean, we'll go all the way back to Joan Garcia. A third change has joined the party. Fermin Lopez is also going to be coming on, so a triple sub here coming up for Barca. So they're going to make up to 4 changes now in total in the game. Eric Garcia now in a good area. Eric. Marc Bernal. Back to Eric Garcia. There's Marcus Rashford round the back. Albacete starting to falter here. Deflection. And straight into the hands of the keeper. And they survive.
No, Marcus Rashford got in a really good position there on the right side of the pitch. I think he tried to go for a really low, hard shot for an easy tap in for Lewandowski or Ronald Araujo there was coming into the second post. And it took a deflection. Keeper had to be wary of that, but he got it fine, and Albacete are on the ball again.
Yeah, very much a calm down this game. Risky from Vallejo. Don't want to lose it there. Not when Lamine Yamal's lurking. I feel like Barca are just hungry for the third at this stage. Oh, De Jong's been penalised. And he's not so sure he should have been.
No, I think he got the ball really, really far. I mean, there was no Albacete player that was complaining about that. And Fermin Lopez is coming on.
Yep, Fermin's added to the party.
There was a 2 in front of that, so Max Bernal is the one coming off, as you said, Pablo.
There you go.
Lewandowski coming off and Marcus Rashford coming off.
Oh, interesting that triple change of Barca. So let's see who goes left wing then out of Fermin and Olmo.
Say Dani Olmo or Fermin Lopez to go out on the wing. Who do you want to put on that wing? Considering
usually Fermin goes. I think we'll see in a moment. And it is indeed going to be Casalo who is on next to De Jong then, so not instead of De Jong. So Bernal, more good minutes under his belt this evening. That will please Hansi Flick, won't it? And certainly the Barca fans. Decent display from him. Immediately early signs tell us that it's going to be Olmo who's going to go wide left. There
Dani
you go.
Olmo to the left wing position. Fermin Lopez is staying in the number 10 position. Yeah, I think you could tell that Albacete are really getting, I wouldn't say desperate. I don't think they're desperate just yet, but they really are focused on going forwards because they know they need that goal right now. It's one of those now or never situations. We're dominating the game so much that they know that every minute that ticks by, their chances of coming back are just going and going and going. And I think you can tell the fact that they're really, they're aggressive on the press.
Ooh, that's not a bad ball, is it? Olmo's in here. Keeper didn't get there. Olmo went for a little Rabona flick, didn't he? And he couldn't quite get it past the keeper. My God.
Fair play. If that would have gone in, that would have been a goal of the season, wouldn't it?
Typical case of a player getting there first, and you wonder whether he was going to go down, didn't you? But that wasn't contact. And again, this time Casado penalised. Not sure it was.
No, you got the ball.
Albacete tried to take that one quickly, and it has been pulled back. Just wonder whether Flick with those 3 chainers looking to really see this one out, finish it off. It does feel, doesn't it, like Barca are on the cusp of making it 3 and pretty much putting this one to bed. He's honest there on one, staying on his feet. Instead of laying it off, goes for the little Rabona, doesn't he? And doesn't quite get it right.
You have to try those things.
You do.
If you don't try it, they don't come out. And when they come out, it's literally one of the best days of your life. I think more than anything, the momentum of Dani Olmo's body weight, because he kind of clashed with the keeper, stabilizing himself for the cutback pass was going to be quite difficult. So he took the decision in that moment. He's like, why not? And fair play to him.
Olmo this time with a giveaway. He had Casalo in support. But here come the home side giving away. There's a Fermin Lopez, and now they are starting to commit more bodies up forward. Look at the space. Lamine Yamal's in. This is ominous for Albacete. Lamine, he's laid it into Ferran Torres. It's a really vital save with the feet, and it goes behind for a corner. It's getting close now, isn't it, Alex? The third goal.
Yeah, I think it's coming. You can definitely feel it coming. Fermin Lopez has been really good since coming on, to be fair. Ferran Torres now with his first chance of the match. It's a really good pass from Lamine Yamal. I think the angle that Ferran Torres there had to score was really, really tight. He did well. He went across the goal trying to go for second post, but the Albacete keeper just covered the second post really well.
Away by Vallejo on Casado's delivery there. A loose touch might well let Fermin in. It doesn't. Casado does well to win things back then. That should be a Barca ball. Surely no. It's gone Albacete's way on this occasion. They're going to try and toss that one down the line, but nothing quite coming off for them so far. I mean, in the previous rounds, they've maybe taken advantage of sides not quite being prepared for them, haven't they? Albacete not quite expecting the damage that they would indeed cause. It feels like Barca have come in with the mentality right, haven't they, from the minute one, just to deal with Albacete. Maybe more on that in a moment, because here comes Lamine once more. My God, has he been good tonight, Lamine? This is Ferran Torres out of his feet. Ferran on the left foot blasts it into the stands. Well, Lamine Yamal's been glorious to watch. He really has, hasn't he, Alex?
Yeah, and he's had a really, really good game today, to be fair. He's been, really keen to get that assist. He had that pass to Ferran Torres just shortly there, and he had that pass to Ferran Torres now. that pass was just, I think it was just a bit too far for Ferran Torres to have a good finish on target. I think it went wide and the angle was really, really tough. But no, Lamine Yamal has been, to be fair, played a really, really good match. He's been involved in most of the attacks that we go forwards. He's playing alongside Eric Garcia and João Cancelo, and I think he's been doing really, really good with that. But yeah, he's been good at kind of driving into spaces, but also going for the passes. I think that's probably one thing to his game that he's added this season.
Yeah.
He's
been unselfish tonight, I will say, Alex. Yeah. I thought there he could have gone on his own.
Yeah,
and a moment ago.
No, exactly. I think he's prioritizing a lot of the assisting, which I think is quite new this season. I mean, as consistent, obviously, he's always been able to assist, but I think this season you really, really notice it when he gets into these spaces. He really does kind of weigh up the balances, and he weighs up the options that he has, and he goes for the assist a lot of the time.
When they come again, Barca just tapping the ball around Albacete, and how that back heel from Lamine, a bit too ambitious really, with Eric Garcia just ahead of him. He's just so good to watch though, Lamine Yamal. On a night like this where it's not been easy for Barca, a cup game, it's the sort of play you want to light it up. And saying football in general right now in Europe, he certainly is the big entertainer for me in terms of you turn the TV on and enjoy yourself watching Lamine Yamal. He's been brilliant again tonight, already up to 14 goals too. He's got the end product to add to the great football that he shows us. Here come Albacete themselves then. Overlap is being provided here. Eddie Garcia wasn't quite able to reach that, and this one will be swept up by Koulibaly, who hasn't had an awful lot of defending to do since coming on. Albacete in this second half unable really to inflict any major damage on the Barca back line. De Jong's been everywhere as well. Speak about players in form. Him and Lamine feel like they're performing at 8 out of 10 levels every single week. Well, that one has been pulled back, and gratefully so for Albacete, because they made a right mess of it.
Yeah, that was really, I think Fleck was like, that happened. What can you do about it?
Yeah, and Flick's not happy too, and I understand that, because it's Albacete's choice to take that short, to take that quickly, isn't it? If they then give it away, don't then give it back to them. But hey, anyway, they're going to get another chance. This Flick is just making that point. I think. And now they're going to have to swing into the box. That is frustrating.
Yeah. No, it is, and rightfully so. It is confusing when you break it down really, really bluntly. And you look, they wasted their chance, and because it didn't go well, you have to give it back to them so they can try again.
I think the referee's claiming the ball was rolling. I don't think it was. Anyway, the freaky hasn't gone to plan. That ball has Hefte. Oh, we should score. My goodness me, that would have been controversial if it ended up in the back of the net, because really, from the resulting set piece, Albacete worked it. That's a gilt-edged miss, Alex. It really is. He should be sticking that away. The man who scored 2 against Madrid couldn't score against Barca.
Yeah, you can't be missing those in a game like this, and these opportunities are golden. They don't come by enough for Albacete tonight, and he really needed to get that done. There's 20 minutes left of the match, say, more or less. They get the goal now. You can probably see them being really, really motivated and having a really intense last 20 minutes of the match. I just said probably, against Real Madrid, there was a last-minute goal, so they can do it, and they do have the intensity to be able to actually go through with what they want to do. So we just need to be wary of that right now.
Nice from De Jong and Lamine, and now Fermin.
Oof.
Oh, he's going to try and take on Vallejo. He couldn't quite get the ball past him. And covering defending was able to be supported. De Jong's been so good again tonight for Barca, I must say, Alex. I mean, him and Lamine maybe neck and neck really for MVP of this one. You get a feeling early on, wouldn't you? It's been the show from those two, really.
Yeah, no, I think you have to say it. Without them tonight, nothing would work. Frenkie de Jong is being Frenkie de Jong in midfield. Lamine Yamal is being Lamine Yamal, and on that right side, a lot of the balls have gone through him from the midfield, but also when he's getting into those positions, he's being really, really smart, I think. Instead of just being very, very selfish and going for goal every single time he gets in a good position. I think he's really keen to kind of wait for those moments to come for him to be able to score, and if the moment isn't clear, he goes for the pass, which is really mature from his part, because I think he has every reason to kind of be that player that says, I'm Lamine Yamal and I can do whatever I want. But but he's really, really, straightforward in terms of like if his teammates in a better position, he rather him go for it than Lamine try to force a goal, sort of say. And I think this season, he's really matured in that aspect.
Guys, if there is to be someone who gets a third goal tonight, who is it going to be? Let us know with an emoji of the player of your choice in the members live chat right now who you think will get a third goal if Barca are to get one. So lob a few emojis in there, people. This is Fermin. It might well be him, Alex. He's in behind here. Fermin Lopez. He's got support. Ferran was the option. Brilliant block. And Castelo has fouled his man, and he apologises too, because it wasn't a great challenge.
Maybe a little bit, yeah, no. It was...
Medina's not happy at all, wow.
It was a foul. Yeah, but I think the players, I think, are really trying to impose themselves with the ref, because that was, to be fair, it wasn't a good challenge from Casado. He gets really late on the ball. I think it would be a soft yellow kick, a soft yellow card to Marc Casado, but fair play, it was a foul. I'd imagine if Marc Casado has another one of these, the ref might be keen to take that yellow card out.
Good strength from Araujo, and he did well, but then he gave the ball away. He's let Albacete have a chance here, but he's won it back ever so well. Oof. And now will do well to clear, and he's losing his footing. The referee's not giving anything. Flick is furious on the touchline. He can't believe it. Play on. And Barca have got a switch on. Hefte. Off Eddie Garcia behind for a throw-in. Araujo's down. Oh, and Koundé not happy either, I must say. And Valde was just to say, I'm not sure what's going on. I just wonder whether Araujo's just run out of a bit of steam there, And it's just one of those cases of when you're running and your legs give way. Look at this. There, couldn't sit on his feet, could he? It's almost crawling.
Literally. He's kind of just like, oof. Okay.
Long throw in by Javi Moreno. This one's much deeper. Yeah. Araujo able to get it clear.
Yeah, that went inside. That went inside the small box. To be fair, it's dangerous. It's always dangerous. It's literally just like a cross. So luckily for us, I think it was Araujo who did the initial header out, and we were able to kind of clear it. But Albacete are still on the ball right now.
Throw-in going to be taken here by Jesus Vallejo. Puertas. Try to flip. What a good game he's had, Antonio Puertas, but nothing's really quite come off at Albacete. I mean, it doesn't feel like we've been under that much pressure, Alex, but when you actually isolate the chances, there's been a few good ones. That is the clearest.
Yeah, that was a free header. He beats Eric Garcia there in the space. He gets in a really, really good position. He just needs to get that on target. Grant, if he puts that, in the direction of Joan Garcia, Joan is going to get that always. But that was a really, really good, the ball was coming at a good power. He redirected it really well. It's just really off target. And now Jules Koundé is coming on for Ronald Araujo.
There you go then. So Araujo is off. He leaves with a goal for Barca. De Jong will, of course, take the captain's arm. And Koundé, who had to go off in that last game in the league against Elche. Well, you can see here, people, he's more than fine. He's already back on, which does mean, Alex, a bit more of a reshuffle at the back. Koubarsi will come over once more to right centre-back. Eric over to left centre-back, and Araujo's off. So Koundé will go to right-back. So a bit of a rejig at the back then for Hansi Flick. There you go. That's the new look Barca team. Here's Juan Garcia then. 12 minutes to play here. Been a comfortable enough second half, really, for the Blaugrana. Not really been pushed out of second or third gear, I'd say, really.
Yeah.
And this one, second goal came from a corner. It's been straightforward enough for Barca. Another very professional job in the cup on the road. Here's Fermin Lopez. Bit of space to drive into for him then. He's got Lamine Yamal in support. Instead uses Olmo, who has Ferran in support. And in the end, it all breaks down for Barca. And Albacete can begin to reshuffle this one again and try and get themselves out of a dangerous area. Was that a foul?
Yeah.
Gives it.
I think you have to...
Pacheco there, who's been a bit fiery all evening long. Just a bit unhappy there with Fermin. Medina was getting involved too. Hansi Flick has got a bit passionate on the sidelines too this evening.
Yeah, he has, to be fair.
Ball is long. It's dealt with by Eric Garcia. Now Koundé should be able to step in. He didn't on the first time. He does on the second. It's a scrap in there. Koundé has got a whack to the face off of Puertas.
Yeah.
And it's a Barca free kick.
Yeah, again, I think you can kind of see the desperation that Albacete are falling, and they need that goal, and they know that the longer the time ticks, the less opportunity they have. Should they get a goal now, Grands, you still have, 10, 13 minutes to get that second one. They've scored that late goal against Real Madrid that is possible, and they know that they're capable of it. They have 2 players on the pitch right now that can score a goal if they get that opportunity. Now it's just for us to be able to control the last 10 minutes of the match. But Albacete, you can tell, are just growing more and more desperate to get that first goal in.
De Jong, well, it gets to the point of the game, Alex, but they genuinely have nothing to lose, and I mean that. You're in the Copa del Rey, you've miraculously knocked out Real Madrid, you're now against Barca. How about that from Fermin? You've got 10 minutes to play. It doesn't make a difference if you lose 3 or 4 at this stage. You might as well try and grab one, right? There's not much point for Albacete to sit in here with 10 men behind the ball, and I mean that from their perspective in terms of trying to make some form of history.
Yeah, no, they need to get that first goal, and they know it. I think they've showed it. There's a lot of frustration when they go into the challenges. It's really sloppy challenges. They're not dangerous. They're just really sloppy that they're giving away those free kicks, and the fans are, they're booing every time we get on the ball. They're really, really growing frustrated. It's getting, I wouldn't say a hostile environment right now, but between the players and the fans.
Lamine nearly had his shorts taken.
Literally. Between the players and the fans, the atmosphere is getting a bit rowdy.
It is getting a bit tense. Well, Lamine nearly had his shorts taken off. He's playing like he's in a park, really, Lamine Yamal, honestly.
Yeah.
He's going to get the ball again here, which is always good fun to watch. Here he comes, Lamine Yamal. Leaves this one instead for Koundé. Feels like Barca have been in this sort of mode, and I mean this, for the last 20, maybe 30 minutes, honestly, since the Araujo goal, just almost waiting to get to the 90th minute, aren't we now?
Yeah, literally.
Quite happy with 2-0.
Yeah, we're moving the ball really well. We're not forcing any attacks, and again, as you said, Pablo, I think we're quite happy with this result so far.
Ferran, Lamine, back to Ferran. This will be a glorious goal. Oh, it's an even better piece of defending, I must say, by Vallejo, who did not want to concede that, did he? Whoa, what a brilliant piece of play by Lamine and Ferran,
That would have been such a good goal. My word, our goals today have been so good. The keeper was like...
Oh, the keeper.
Don't know where that was going.
The keeper knew he was done, is what happened.
He was just waiting to see that ball go into the back of the net. Vallejo did really well to defend that. He literally just put his body on the line, got really well in front of that, and that must have hurt because that was a bullet.
Dani Olmo's delivery then. In it goes. Up go the heads. Castelló's on the edge of the box. He seems to always commit a free kick there, doesn't he, when he gets around? And I'll tell you what, that hasn't gone down too well either with Medina, but Castelló there.
Don't really know what's happening right now.
No. It's all a bit chaotic, isn't it, really?
It's I think chaotic is probably the way to describe it right now.
You know what, Alex? I'll get our predictions up on the screen, actually, because we didn't show them to the people. Why did none of us go for a 2-0? As I imagine if Albacete scores, I say that. But I say that because we beat Guadalajara 2-0. We beat Racing 2-0. We're currently 8 minutes away from beating Albacete 2-0, which will mean we've got to the semis with just 2-0s and all away from home and all to lower opponents.
Yeah.
And none of us went for it. I went 3-1, you went 4-1, Udents went 4-0.
You're usually the guy that studies more than I do, so I don't know why you didn't go for that, Pablo.
Good point. Here come Albacete. There you go, that's why! They pulled one back, but the offside flag is up.
Unfortunate. I thought that was in.
Well, lines, but I'm not sure he looks too short. I must say, in lifetime, I didn't necessarily think immediately it's offside, Alex. Let's see.
No, but I think that initial run might have just...
Yeah, I think so. I think he's leading Puertas,
Yeah, I think his shoulders are offside. So
it's a good call.
I think it was Gubarci, probably the last man, but it is offside, you have to say.
And it would have been Hefte again, by the way. The cup hero keeps on scoring in these games for Albacete. And it is offside. A bit heartbreaking for them. It was tight, but he was offside. Puertas leading offside.
Yeah, fair. It was a good play, to be honest. It was an easy tap in the end for Albacete. It was a cross. It was a low cross into the second post. And Grands, that was a break they needed. I think you have 6-8 minutes left in the match, and they could easily go for that intensely.
Yeah.
It's kind of those sprints that you need, and they could have potentially, gotten that second goal.
100%.
They knew they needed it, and it's another deflating moment for them. They got in the back of the net, but it's offside, so now it's going to be hard for them to bounce back, I think.
Vallejo here has taken that free kick throw in short. Yeah, I mean, if they score now, Alex, they've got the time to get back in it. There'll be there'll be a decent amount of added minutes here. Though, they'd have about 10 minutes in total, really, if you include stoppage time, I'd say.
Yeah,
so any goal around now really would mean hope for Albacete, even though it feels very done this game. It isn't. And Barça will do well to remember that with just over 5 minutes to go here in the 90.
Yeah, definitely. I think what I said, and I think Albacete score in any moment now, and they're well capable of kind of throwing the kitchen sink, literally just throwing everything at it. They have, you said it, Pablo, they have nothing to lose. So if they score right now, they're going to go literally 100%, 200% to score that equaliser and try to take it into extra time. So we do need to be wary. Probably, to be fair, we've been doing really well to keep the ball and not forcing any attack and just going when we've been going when we have it clear, and it's probably the right thing to do when you think about how this match has gone and the way it's going. Albacete are quite clear with their intents, and we need to not let them score. As easy as that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Olmo hasn't seen much of the ball since going to left wing. Maybe that's just a case of Barca not doing as much attacking in the last 15-20 minutes or so, but it's been all Lamine Yamal really down his side. Eddie Garcia has been adjudged to have fouled his man there. Lazo wanted a booking for the Blaugrana centre half. They've got a bit of defending
Eddie
to do
Garcia
here.
just looked at him and went off laughing. He's like, nah.
It wasn't the yellow. So a set piece here for Barca to defend with just under 4 minutes to play. Just counting down the minutes now, really, until the final whistle. And Barca know they're pretty close here to getting themselves into the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. It would indeed mean that we are still on hand for everything this season.
Yes,
but there's still work to do here. And in comes the delivery, and there's the goal. Just like that, Albacete have hope again.
That was a brilliant goal, I have to say.
Work to do for Barca. Up from the back, it was Javi Moreno who got his head on it. And there is still time here, people. 3.5 minutes of normal time, plus whatever's added on. The Albacete Cup dream lives on. And Barca, well, now really going to have to focus.
Right. Keep possession? What are you saying, Pablo?
Yeah, now, well, what's the job now?
It was a brilliant goal, to be honest.
It was.
It was a brilliant goal.
Well, set pieces, they maybe look most likely, and they've used them. Moreno got through, not sure who was watching him. It's a brilliant diving header, isn't it?
It was brilliant. It was a brilliant ball, to be fair. It was really, really deep in the half. The ball had to be literally perfect to be able to get so much space onto that. And it was a brilliant diving header. Literally, there's nothing Joan Garcia could have done there. It was brilliantly led into the back of the net and near the post, curling in. Unfortunate for us to concede this because, again, what I said now, these last 5 minutes of the match right now are going to be so intense. We can't slip up.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I think we just need to right now just keep possession and just kind of go from there.
This place is bouncing now, Alex. I will say, Albacete playing with an intensity they simply didn't have for the entirety of the second half. And we said it literally a few minutes ago. 1 goal now, and this one really opens up. And credit to Albacete, who have almost miraculously stayed in this game, but they've managed to keep it quite low-key, and they've managed to keep Barca within 2. Now they're just within 1. Everything is possible.
Yeah, they're high-pressing really, really high up the pitch right now. They're really trying to get that back. The fans are fired up, literally everything. Every time we get on the ball, we're getting boos. Every time we're seeing the offside there from the Albacete chance. That was well offside, but yeah, the fans are riled up, the players are riled up. I think that was probably what I feared the most if they got a goal back, is what I said. They're more than capable of being really, really intense for these final minutes, and we easily could fall kind of into that trap.
Well, 3rd goal now would absolutely kill Albacete off. Koundé didn't release it in time, did he, to Lamine Yamal, who was in on that right-hand side. I think he thought the moment was going to come, it didn't. Now De Jong. Koundé again, this time tries to find Lamine, and he gets his pass wrong. And it's all the way through to the keeper. Just a bit nervy now, Alex, isn't it? We're not going to get through this one easily. And it was looking ever so comfortable for so much of that second half. Hefter with a bit of a bump there on Kubarsi.
That could have gone really wrong. Thankfully that didn't.
Hefter there done that. Well, he's buzzing around, isn't he? He's a bit of a lively player inside the penalty area. Now Ferran has dropped in. How much time is going to be added on? That's the question that all the fans inside this stadium will want to know. And indeed us here in the studio. Well, nice from De Jong. Fermin. Barca will think about the chances they had to make it 3 and they didn't take. Fermin. Gerard Martin. Ferran, there you go. No problem whatsoever. Barca are going to be in the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. There's the third goal, and it's Ferran Torres who's got it. 17 goals now for the season.
Vamos!
That was ever so well worked, wasn't it? And free at the back post was Barca's marksman. Albacete 1, Barca 3.
That's what we needed now, isn't it? I think you and I kind of fell back into our chairs and kind of just took a deep breath and just stayed looking at the game. No, that's exactly what we needed in the right moment, I think, isn't it? Because Albacete were really growing. I think he was fullback, kept him on side. I think just about.
Okay. I did think it in lifetime. Was he off Ferran? We'll wait and see, because
we need the line for that, because I think the defender that was on, Gerard Martin, might have kept him on. The two centre backs did really well and had him off sides, but I think you see it there, the disagreement. I genuinely think the defender that was on Gerard Martin was onside.
Oh dear, well that raw tells me otherwise, Alex. That's been ruled out.
Yeah. No. Oh wow, yeah.
That's been ruled out. That isn't going to stand. He looked offside and he has been given offside. We're not 3-1 up now then, people. Here come Albacete again. Vital, that from Kubarsi. Oh dearie me, this is ominous. Oh, it's off the line from Gerard Martin. And Koundé is going to have to whack this clear. Fermin Lopez survives. Barca right under the cosh now. We thought we were home and dry. We're not, people. 5 minutes have been added on. A reminder, it's 2-1. It's not 3-1. Barca are not 2 goals up. They're just within 1 now, Albacete. Lamin's giving it away. Kubarsi with a vital intervention. Koundé will have to get things clear. And Lamin. And now Cazador. Can Barca get a foot on the ball here and just start to maybe slow things down? Well, Albacete are believing. They've had that one cleared off the line from a Gerard Martin header. Fermin Lopez.
Venga.
Back here to Koundé. Calma, Koundé.
Calma.
Eric. Now De Jong. That's a foul. That's what Barca need. Tick over the time. 2 minutes of additional time have been played, people. I just wonder if the review got eaten up to a few of them. Well, Gerard Martin provided the assist there. He's just saved a goal there.
Oh my god.
Albacete players and the bench, they thought it was in, and understandably so.
That was going in. That was definitely going in. There's an Albacete
player
running into the second post as well, if that didn't go in.
Yeah, he was ready to tuck that away, wasn't he?
Gerard Martin did brilliant there to save the game. We usually talk about João Garcia saving the game, but Gerard Martin was the one to save us. And if this game stays like this, that's down to Gerard Martin saving that ball right now.
Defending there by Kubarsi is Puertas. Him and Hefter, they pose quite a threatening attacking duo right now. Albacete playing some pretty good stuff, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a cross again. João Garcia this time dives, pounces on the ball and keeps it close to him. As Barca now can maybe just slow things down. How are the nerves, people?
Bad.
This is the offside, Alex. That's the defender you were saying he's closest to, and he's very close. My goodness me.
That's why it was really tight.
It's his head and shoulder.
Yeah.
Just. Ooh, bad clearance for the keeper. That's going to
we'll
really run down the clock for Albacete. How frustrating for them. Good news for Barca, though, isn't it? Who can take all the time in the world over this throw-in now. 90 seconds to play, people. Don't go anywhere. We've got an MVP vote in the chat if you can bring your shaking fingers to click on whoever you think is the MVP of the game.
Right, just over 1 minute to go. To be fair, now we've actually settled back into ball possession, and as I said, they're pressing, but they're not that aggressive, considering the fact that they need to score literally within the next minute.
Eric Garcia. Oh, dearie me.
What is he on about?
Well, Eric Garcia slid in there. There's an Albacete player claiming that he was caught. Barça going to play on. This is Fermin. Look at Ferran at the back post. The cross is beyond Ferran. It is going to find Olmo, however. I don't know if it was Hefte or Puertas who claimed he was badly caught by Eric Garcia.
Yeah, that was an exaggeration. That didn't
it was. He was flipping around. De Jong now fouls once, twice, gets the decision. Albacete are furious. I'm not sure if there was a follow through, Alex. Maybe we'll have a look in a moment on the replay.
No, I think Frenkie de Jong is
He's
really pissed off. Yeah, his ankles are literally destroyed after today. He's
that there.
What is he on about?
I mean, that's ridiculous from Medina. That is ridiculous. I mean,
what is there's literally Eric Garcia gets the ball really, really cleanly. The follow through isn't even that hefty of a challenge.
A natural follow through in that challenge, Alex. You know.
Yeah, there's literally nothing on that. I don't know what he was on about.
His reaction, by the way, he was flipping around, and it's full time, and Barça are through to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. They've defeated Albacete by 2-1 away from home. And it wasn't easy. It was nervy, wasn't it, in the dying embers there. But in the end, goals from Lamine Yamal and Ronald Araujo have got the job done for the Blaugrana. That late header from Javier Moreno, and then a further scare in stoppage time. Merriam nearly made things a disastrous end for Barça. But we will be in the draw. The first leg of the semis, well, they'll be played this time next week. Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. Lots of football to come, people. On the night, Barça have won by 2-1. And breathe, Alex. We are indeed through to the Cup semis. I mean, that felt pretty straightforward for a lot of the night. I thought we did a job pretty professionally, kept Albacete at bay. My God, the last few minutes were a bit chaotic there, weren't they?
Yeah, I was sorry. I was just thinking about the last time.
No, mull it over.
No, Gerard Martin literally just saved the match. Off the goal line clearance there, literally with a little header going into that. I'm just trying to relive. That was chaotic. It was exactly what we said. You know, probably any time within the last 10-15 minutes of the match, if Albacete got a goal, they were literally going to do everything in their power to get that goal, no matter how chaotic, no matter how much energy. And that's exactly what happened. They got a goal back, and it was literally just chaos on the pitch. They were literally throwing everything that they have into it. They had nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. So why not go for it? And they genuinely almost got it. But luckily for us, Gerard Martino was in the right place at the right time, and he was able to get that clearance off to keep the scoreline how it is, because, wow, that was a intense last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, job done though for Hansi Flick's team. Really, that's the important thing, I suppose, isn't it, Alex? What we wanted from tonight. They're not the easiest games. They're not often the best watches either. They can be a little bit bitty at times, but Barça came and did quite a professional job tonight, I'd say. I think we put out a strong team, brought on pretty strong players, didn't treat it too dissimilarly to a league match, and that'll be pleasing, I suppose, for Flick, won't it?
Yeah, no, surely. Obviously, we know that he changed the back line a little bit. Ronald Araujo proved himself, with that goal. I think Gerard Martin and Eric Garcia played really well tonight as well, so no, he changed. I think Marc Bernal also was present quite a lot in the midfields. Probably didn't impose himself as much as he could, as much as he wanted to, but he was on the ball quite a lot, asking for it, always playing good off of Frenkie de Jong, I think. But yeah, I think today we got the job done. I think we were literally dominant for the entire game, 73% possession. I think that says it all. We have 655 passes compared to 228, literally triple of what Albacete did, and I think that kind of shows in the match. So I think Hansi Flick could probably be happy with his team. I think genuinely, we didn't actually have a lot of chances on goal, but I think the game that we played today didn't really create those chances. We were actually quite keen on possession and playing back. Those other days that we're really trying to attack full speed and we're just not getting those final crosses in. I think today we actually got those final crosses in. There was a few unfortunate finishes and tackles as well. That Ferran Torres chance, that was that Vallejo's literally just slide tackle everything just in his body to go. That Marcus Rashford's opportunity at the beginning of the match. There was a Lamine Yamal chance as well. So it's not at the beginning. I think today, Hansi Flick probably can be happy with the result and the performance of the team. But yeah, I think we actually did a good match, all things considered.
Yeah, Albacete players are currently in the centre circle just thanking their supporters. A magnificent cup run for them. It wasn't to be for them tonight, though, in the Copa del Rey. They've been knocked out by Barça. Right, we're going to take a really quick break here. Then we'll be back with the highlights, with the reactions from the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. Barça are in the cup semi, so don't go anywhere, people. All the action. If you've missed the game, you will want to stick around for the post-game show here on Barça Live. Back in a few moments. Hello there, people. Barca are through to the Copa del Rey semi-finals. We've beaten Albacete by 2-1 in the quarters. 2 goals in the end there for Barca. 1 from Lamine, 1 from Ronald Araujo. A bit of a scare in the latter stages there with a Javi Moreno header, but no harm done for Barca. Right, let's go straight back to the Carlos Belmonte Stadium, where Ronald Araujo was indeed speaking to Rennes. Here's the Uruguayan.
Sí, amb Ronald Araujo, que avui ha estat titular i a més ha tingut el premi del gol en aquesta victòria. Ronald, bona nit, felicitats per la clasificació. Patida.
Bueno, buenas noches, muchas gracias. Sí, la verdad que feliz por la victoria. Creo que hicimos un lindo partido, fuimos muy protagonistas, lo tomamos el partido serio y pasamos semifinales, que era lo más importante.
Heu anat molt bé en el cos a cos, heu igualat la seva passió, però segurament, com en els últims partits, està costant trobar el camí del gol. Partits que sou molt superiors i que potser podríem resoldre abans, acabem patint com avui.
Sí, estamos trabajando eso, generamos muchas ocasiones y eso es lo importante también, generar. Y nada, los goles van a ir llegando. Los delanteros están haciendo un gran trabajo, eso es importante para nosotros porque generamos muchas ocasiones. Y bueno, es normal, está 2-0, ellos encuentran un gol en pelota quieta que sabíamos que podía ser una chance y los últimos minutos normal, están a un gol de poder empatarlo. La Copa es un poco esto, vimos este equipo que ha eliminado a 2 equipos de primera y lo más feliz que estamos en semifinales, es lo más importante.
Ronald, com t'has trobat tu avui titular? Hem vist al final que segurament acusaves una mica el desgast, però com t'has trobat avui que has tornat a jugar d'inici?
Bueno, la verdad que feliz, muy contento, me voy sintiendo mejor, creo que estamos haciendo un lindo trabajo con el club, agradecer al club, al míster también, a todo su staff, ¿no? A mis compañeros, y me voy sintiendo bien, creo que hoy pude demostrar un poquito, pero vamos bien, paso firme, es lo más importante, ayudar el equipo y nada, feliz por eso.
Has dedicat el gol a Hansi, no sé si t'has fixat com els companys s'alegraven sincerament del teu gol, Ronald. No sé si ha estat un moment especial també per tu.
Bueno, primeramente el gol lo dedico a Jesús, ¿no? Que es mi salvador, y después
també, cert.
A mi mujer, y bueno, después le di un abrazo al míster porque es lo que decía, creo que me ha ayudado muchísimo en este tiempo, se lo tomó muy en serio y estoy feliz por eso, y mi compañero también, vi la alegría que cuando metí el gol todos vinieron a abrazarme y decían, te lo merecía. La verdad que tenemos un grupo espectacular, soy muy feliz con ellos porque tenemos un grupo enorme, la verdad que muy feliz. Hay que seguir, creo que estamos en buena dinámica, pero no hay que bajar los brazos porque sabemos que cada partido ahora son casi una final y a trabajar por eso.
Ronald, avui classificats per semifinals i doble victòria, ens n'alegrem molt per tu. Moltes felicitats també de part de tots els culers.
Pues muchas gracias y un saludo a todos los culés, muchas gracias por todo. Gracias.
Gràcies, Ronald.
Araujo there saying a warm thank you and a hello to all of you culés watching on around the world. There you have it, Alex. Words of Ronald Araujo, delighted to help his teammates, of course, popping up with a goal too, and more importantly, Barça in the semi-finals. Here are the highlights then. Let's get straight into it. This early on, best chance we had, isn't it? And first half, apart from the goal really for Rashford, should have scored probably in the opening exchanges.
Yeah, no, it was a really good chance for Rashford there. You would probably bet on him really burying that in the back of the net. It was a brilliant pass from Dani Olmo there into space. Marcus Rashford just really didn't get that at all. This was a really good opportunity, actually. I think it was Dani Olmo, with the half volley from the top of the box. That could have gone on easily as well. What I liked about this game was that there was a lot of these. This was obviously the goal, but there was a lot of high recoveries into really good positions. It was Gerard Martin, Marcus Rashford, Frenkie de Jong pressuring one person. Marcus Rashford gets to the end of it, gives it off to Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong with a really good assist. Look at that. He gives it into literally the perfect space there for Lamine Yamal, and Lamine Yamal just with a brilliant finish there.
No need to take a touch for Lamine.
No, it was genuinely just a really brilliant finish there. But I think the play overall just really had a lot of merit for everybody involved.
Yeah, Barca didn't create too much in the first half. We were saying it wasn't one of those games where we were absolutely peppering the Albacete goal. I mean, we certainly had the better chances, but it wasn't relentless. We did get the goal at the first half. This probably should have been 2 at the start of the second, and
and we said it, I mean, fair play. There was a lot of bodies in front of the goal.
Yeah.
And Dani Olmo did really well to go across the goal. And that's kind of where you want to put these ones away. But again, he had to go past 3 bodies, which is it's a hard feat to do.
There's the second goal then. Araujo, assist by Rashford, and the Uruguayan up from the back with a massive header. And at this stage, we were very comfortable, flying really.
Yeah.
And he could see what it meant to him too there with his teammates. And I wonder whether we'll see him go and celebrate with Hansi Flick too, as he just spoke about in his post-match press conference. We knew he's a threat from set pieces. Nice leap. And he got the job done. And really, Barca should have had a through on a few occasions, Alex. I mean, good chances came. This for Lewandowski, for example. We're going to see one from Ferran in a few moments' time. Lamine kept on causing problems. We probably could have done more. But with Albacete's changes, with Hefte in particular, well, they started to pose a bit more of a threat themselves also.
Yeah, Hefte created a lot of good opportunities, especially it was him with the header, wasn't it? We'll get to that in a bit. But no, Hefte, alongside Puertas, who was already having a really, really good match, was a good compliment for Albacete. And luckily for us, we were able to hold on as much as we could once he came on, because Albacete did create a lot of dangerous opportunities for themselves.
That's the ball from Fermin, which Olmo, I thought maybe could have gone down from, didn't, stayed on his feet. Tried a little clever finish, didn't quite come off for him on that occasion. But Barca were doing this so much, just feeding Lamine Yamal and hoping he could do the rest. He looked for Ferran on quite a few occasions, didn't he, after the
I just don't
number
think
7 came on.
I don't think the pass was on. I think he really should have gone for goal there. You see that pass there, it goes too far wide.
Yeah.
It closes down the opportunities. I mean, granted, you know, Albacete, the keeper, does really well to make the goal a lot smaller, but it's just really hard for I've said that twice now, Ferran Torres to get that, you know, on target to begin with, and to have the power to beat the keeper from that. This was a really good opportunity from it was a brilliant play from Lamine Yamal. I mean, look at that. If that would have gone in, that would have easily been probably one of the goals of the season.
This was the goal that Albacete got back, then a set piece. Javi Moreno got the header. At this stage you were thinking, oh no, Albacete right back in it. But Barça actually went pretty much right down the other end, and in all truth, probably should have scored themselves. Ferran had a goal ruled off, and then this one from Gerard Martin off the goal line in the dying embers of the game. This was, by the way, guys, seconds after Barça had their third goal chalked off for offside, and in the end, job done for the Blaugrana, through to the next round of the competition. But yeah, those last minutes were not very fun at all, were they, in terms of, the chances that Albacete had.
That Albacete goal was brilliant. We were just seeing the replay again here. It was,
well, I'll tell you what, Alex, we've got the first reaction from the Flash Zone. Llorens is speaking to the Barca coach, Hansi Flick.
Hansi, congrats to reach the semi-finals. Your opinion of the game?
It was a tough match at the end. Was very hard. I think also we could make it much easier for us, but at the end we missed today also many chances, but I think also we deserved it. We played every 3 days, so we played the first on Wednesday, then Saturday, and today is Tuesday. So every 3 days and less than 1 week we have 3 matches. So I appreciate it a lot. I'm happy. I'm proud about the team, and we are in the semi-final. This is the best thing.
Yesterday you talk about the mentality, and I think the team made a fantastic performance in the duels and the passion in the field. But one more day, the effectivity, we miss a lot of not easy goals, but good chances.
Yeah, but how we create the chances is good. We have to finish it much better. We know this, but how you say this? I think also all the supporters, the fans are happy with the team. We are now in the semi-final. We finished the Champions League in the top 8, and in La Liga we are number 1. So it's at the moment it's a good moment for us. But we have to keep going. We have to work on that. Of course we are Barca, and we always want to win.
And the last one, let me ask you for Ronald Araujo. He scored a goal, he was on the lineup. How he deserves a night like today?
No, it's great. It's great. Also, step by step for him, it's very important. You know, you can see that the last minutes were not easy for him, and at the end, it's like that. He has to go on step by step, and we help him, we support him, and this is the thing what we can do.
Congrats, Hansi. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
There you have it, people. Hansi Flick sending his, congrats from you against the flick, and of course for all of the Barça fans. Alex, a player I do want to pick out immediately off the offset in the post-game show is Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
I just think he's been so good in recent weeks, and I think on a night like tonight, when it can be a bit flat, it can be a little bit bitty, a bit scrappy to get anything going forward. I thought he was brilliant. I mean, the chances he carved out, unselfish as well. Maybe he should have been more selfish. Not often we say that. I think a lot of the time he does go on his own.
Yeah.
But today he was giving off passes to other players. Just such a joy to watch, though, isn't he? In terms of players in Europe who you turn the TV on for me, he's at the top of the list. He really is. What a boy.
Yeah, it was one of those, you know, a lot of the time when you talk about Lamine Yamal, maybe you're like, oh, he just held on to the ball a bit too long. Maybe he maybe should have released that to his teammate in that position. But today was actually the opposite. He was getting really, really good positions. And again, you know, that pass to Ferran Torres, it just, the pass... The concept was fine because you're splitting defenders and you're giving the ball for Ferran Torres to take that on first time. But the angle just, I don't think, was on. And actually, I think the angle, if you're going to go for that impossible angle, just go for the impossible angle on the shot and just get it over with to begin with. It was just those key moments, but actually he was involved in a lot of the play. When João Cancelo was on, he was playing really well with João Cancelo. You know, in the second half with Fermin, I think he connected really well, quite a lot. Dani Olmo played well. You know, they had those little, you know, 1-2 cheeky touches on that right side of the pitch. And on top of that, he obviously scores that golazo, you know, to kind of take that momentum on. Obviously, great assist by Frenkie, but I think Lamine Yamal was actually really, really brilliant today. Yeah,
he was absolutely excellent. Right, from one end of the pitch to the other, Joan Garcia has spoken to Llorenç Tarés a few minutes ago. Here's the Barça keeper.
Vinga, amb el Joan Garcia que ens acompanya. Joan, bona nit i felicitats per la victòria. Això sí, ens feu patir bastant, últimament.
Sí. Bueno, ens hagués agradat no patir tant els últims minuts, però bueno, ells han apretat al final, amb una acció de pilota parada que últimament estem patint més del que hauríem i ens han aconseguit marcar i llavors, bueno, els últims minuts hem hagut de patir, però per això ho hem pogut treure.
En aquest tipus de partits, i ahir el Hansi ho demanava, s'ha d'igualar la passió del rival i la sensació és que durant molts minuts, pràcticament tot el partit, ho heu fet. Allò que es diu, no? Heu baixat al fang amb molts duels, molt contacte, és a dir, avui no es pot retreure res a l'equip, segurament que ha faltat potser sentenciar una mica abans. Està passant en els últims partits, ens està costant trobar el gol.
Sí, totalment. Crec que hem fet el partit que havíem de fer, lluitant totes les segones jugades, guanyant els duels, que al final és el que basava una mica el seu joc. Crec que hem estat bé i sí, en aquests últims partits ens està faltant potser sentenciar o tenir una mica més d'eficàcia a la porteria, però sempre ho dic, l'important és tenir les ocasions, que al final és lo difícil, i hi ha dies que no volen entrar, però treballar perquè puguin entrar més endavant.
Dues últimes. Amb la classificació europea, salvant-nos aquests 2 partits del mes de febrer, ara la sensació és que podeu, no dic recuperar, però sí preparar una mica més els partits, tenir un punt més de calma, que important. Líders a la Lliga, semifinals de la Copa, Supercopa a la butxaca i Champions ja al top 8.
Sí, totalment. Han sigut uns mesos o un mes molt intens, amb molts partits, i sí, és veritat que entrar en el top 8 de Champions, com bé dius, no només ja per classificar-te, sinó també per tenir 2 setmanes netes, com aquí diu, ha sigut molt important. Llavors, aprofitar per treballar bé, per preparar-nos bé i segur que anirà bé.
L'última, que fa molt fred i has d'anar a la dutxa. Com us aneu alegrat tots plegats del gol i del partit de Ronald Araujo avui,
Sí, al final, des que va tornar està treballant molt bé, està amb moltíssimes ganes. Teníem ganes ja de que sortís de titular, de que fes un gran partit. A més, ho ha arrodonit amb el gol, o sigui que molt contents per ell.
Gràcies, Joan. Enhorabona.
Vagi bé.
Joan Garcia, very much the number 1 keeper for Barça this season, even in the Cup. Alex, you can see on the screen there the teams left in the competition. So Barça into the semis. Valencia playing Athletic Club tomorrow at Mestalla. You've got Deportivo Alavés up against Real Sociedad, and you've got Real Betis versus Atletico de Madrid. Probably the tie of the round, if you like. No Real Madrid left in the competition, of course. Do you have a favourite who you'd rather play in the semis? Over 2 legs, remember. Could have the first leg at home. Could have the second leg at home. You know, I mean, there's something to think about.
You maybe want to avoid, I would probably say Atletico de Madrid now.
I'd say I agree.
Just to give us a bit of breathing room, probably.
I say I'd agree.
You know, we're coming off a really, really difficult month in the month of January that we can't, I mean, grand. It's done now. We can say we've actually done really, really well in the month of January. but it's been intense. It's been a lot. And I think right now what we need is to get as much rest where we can as possible. Obviously, we got that rest from the Champions League. Don't have those midweek matches. Give us another easy... I mean, none of this is easy, really. I can't really say that either. Just give us something that we can manage, really.
Yeah.
I don't think easy is the word. No. But one that we can kind of get the better of and manage it really, really well, because I think Atletico Madrid, we know, is going to be a really, really intense match. For example, Athletic Club, it's a game that we can manage a lot easier than when you put us against, maybe even a Betis. Betis did well against us.
Yeah, probably Betis and Atleti. I think obviously one of them is going to be knocked out. But those are probably the two, aren't they?
Yeah, when you look at the way that we've been playing against either of them, obviously Real Sociedad, we had a tough game.
Yeah, revenge maybe over 2 legs.
Exactly. There. So it's a bit, it's a bit up. I would probably say, to be fair, probably the winner between Valencia and Atletico would probably be ones that we can get the most breathing room from.
Okay.
So maybe one of those, and then avoids Real Sociedad, Betis, and Atletico Madrid.
Yep, certainly. So there's the goal from Lamine, by the way, on your screens, people, if you missed it. Lovely first-time finish. It is interesting. Let's see who we play against. A reminder, people, we're playing Mallorca on the weekend at home. That's on Saturday. But the first leg of the Cup semi-finals are then played on the midweek of that. So they're coming immediately, guys. This time next weekish around. And the draw's on Friday to see who we will indeed be playing once these 3 other fixtures are gone. But it's quite an odd one because you actually play the first leg on the 11th of February or the 12th or 13th of February, and then you don't play the second leg until around the 4th of March. So we're looking into the next month now. So it's an odd one. I agree with you. I'd probably rather avoid Atleti. I do back us against any of the sides. I think with the form we're in, none of them are easy, but I think they'd all be good games over 2 legs. Certainly it's exciting. Obviously you'd rather have the second leg at home, wouldn't you, really? That obviously makes things easier. And you can always, afford to maybe draw the away leg and then come back and really put on a show at the Spotify Camp Nou. But a Barça side, remember, who last season played Atleti in the semis, drew 4 at home, won 1-0 away. So things can happen, things can change in the semi-finals. But maybe not a repeat of Atleti again would be ideal. There's the goal for Araujo. Heard it a few times already tonight, Alex, how happy the teammates were for Araujo this evening to get that goal, and a nice moment for him, a big moment for him. He maybe didn't think when he left the group for that month that already start of February he'd be back in the side starting and scoring goals.
Yeah, no, I think it's obviously the support that Araujo has from his manager, from his teammates, is really, really obvious. When he lifted the Supercopa trophy, you can see the smile on everyone's faces. They put him front and center. They gave him the importance that he needed emotionally, the support. I think obviously that's one of the biggest things that Ronald Araujo needed in that moment. The one thing that he didn't need was for the people around him to kind of not be with him, and it's quite literally the opposite. And the thing is that when Ronald Araujo is good, he does give us goals in a lot of big moments. You can literally just see that on paper. And today was another key goal. We've only won 2-1. And that goal was important, and it was in it was 55th minute, give or take.
It was
starting that second half, we did need an early-ish goal to kind of get the momentum going, because obviously the first half we did struggle quite a lot. So that's the player that he is, and you can tell again, everyone's happy for him, and I think he's kind of recovering from that time that he took off, and it's good to see, because we're coming into a lot of matches and we do need every single player. As you said, Pablo, there is that back four was literally all of our centre back options, and when on top of that there are full back options as well. So we literally need every single person across that back line to be 100% whenever they need to be called up, and obviously Ronald Araujo is getting a lot more minutes back, so hopefully we can rely on him for some matches going to the second half of the season to be able to get a lot of rotation.
Just looking at the calendar, Alex, I mean, it looks so much calmer. I know we've had our first game in February done out the window. We're playing Mallorca on the weekend. We will now here have the semi-final first leg in between Mallorca and Girona. But then you've got Girona on the Monday. You have to wait almost another week until you face Levante on the Sunday. Then you've got another week until you face Villarreal.
It's good.
It's a much different month, isn't it?
It's a good life.
We're going to get 2 weeks there in a row without a game in the week, and I know we've got one more week to go now with the cup semi, but the players can start to calm down. They're doing their job, aren't they? They're doing their part, and it's now starting to be a little bit lighter on all of us, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think obviously compared to the month of January, I think you can say this month is it's a lot calmer for us, and I think we needed that. I think you can also say that, you know, after, again, you know, we held on to January really, really well. Towards the end, you did start to see fatigue a little bit more. So I think this February of chill, kind of spacious runs comes at us at a really good time.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Right, we've got more reactions coming in from the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. Marc Bernal starting today. He spoke to Llorenç.
Doncs amb el Marc Bernal, que celebrem tots plegats aquesta classificació per semifinals. Marc, bona nit.
Bona nit, què tal?
Un altre partit on heu fet una molt bona actuació, segurament ha faltat el gol per sentenciar abans i al final ens ha tocat patir.
Sí, bueno, sabíem que era un camp difícil, que venien de guanyar 2 partits de Copa i res, al final content perquè hem pogut arribar a les semifinals, que era l'objectiu.
Aquests partits, ahir el Hansi demanava igualar la passió, la intensitat d'ells, no? Anar als duels, i ho heu fet durant molts minuts. Ha estat un partit d'aquells de baixar el fang.
Sí, exacte. Jo crec que aquesta és la mentalitat que hem de tenir cada partit, d'igualar el rival, i al final així és el que ha sigut avui. Hem pogut igualar en aquella intensitat que dius tu i la veritat que molt content i sobretot per rendiment de tot l'equip.
Amb la classificació europea teniu un mes de febrer, 2 setmanes netes, som líders de la Lliga, classificats per semis de Copa, top 8 europeu. Marc, què més se li pot demanar? On ha de millorar aquest equip? Ahir el Hansi deia, no busco la perfecció, busco la millora constant.
Sí, bueno, la veritat que no ho sé, jo crec que tothom firmaríem abans de la temporada estar aquí on som, estant a semis, com dius tu, i de més, i la veritat que molt contents tots.
A tu et diuen fa uns mesos, quan estaves fotut a casa, que tenies la cama que no la podies estirar, que no podies fer coses per tu mateix. Com t'estàs trobant, Marc? Com t'estàs sentint? I com vas agafant aquests minuts necessaris, aquest rodatge necessari?
No, bueno, la veritat que molt bé. Jo intento aprofitar totes les oportunitats perquè també em venen molt bé per físicament i llavors molt content. La veritat que m'ho dius quan estava lesionat i costaria creure-s'ho.
L'última, com us aneu alegrat del gol i la tornada del Ronald? Avui he vist com celebràveu tots plegats aquest gol. Era un gol que marcàveu tots, em sembla.
Sí, no, la veritat que molt content per ell, per tot el que ha tingut que passar també, i me n'alegro molt per ell. La veritat que ha sigut un golaç i que ens ha vingut molt bé.
A seguir. Gràcies, Marc.
A vosaltres.
Marc Bernal is starting to pop up in the starting lineup a few more times, isn't he, Alex? Get a few more minutes and playing good football too, I'd say.
Yeah, I think obviously, I mean, his Champions League match was really good. I think that was probably one of his best matches coming back from injury. Today, he did well. It's again, I think he really struggles to play alongside Frenkie de Jong and Pedri, kind of to kind of fit in, sort of say, when he's alone. He has struggled, but I think the other day he really showed himself. But also, I think the pressure was on, and he really showed up for it, which is obviously a good sign that a young player shows up to that kind of pressure. I think when he's playing alongside Frenkie de Jong, especially because Marc Bernal does like to drift quite deep next to his centre backs, and obviously when you have Frenkie de Jong on the pitch, he does dictate that deep-lying midfielder role really, really well, and you don't take that away from him. So I think Marc Bernal really needs to kind of grow into playing higher up the pitch, because he does have a really good attacking play. He finds pocketed spaces really well. He keeps the ball at his feet really well. He keeps it tight. He's really good at regateando, to people in the midfield. And you want that. You want that higher up the pitch. The grand, it's nice to have a deep line midfielder that can do that and get you out of, tight spaces. But I want to see Marc Bernal grow more comfortable playing higher up the pitch. I think he can contribute to a lot, playing alongside maybe Fermin and Dani Olmo and Lamine Yamal, people kind of a lot similar to his style of play. I think he can do him really, really well. And he does have a good shot as well. So get him, top of the box, get him into space, and he has the confidence to take that. So I want to see, I am liking what I'm seeing from Marc Bernal, but I still think he has a lot to grow in.
Yep.
But it is looking promising.
Yeah, it definitely is. Right, we've got news of what you guys can look forward to over this weekend. Barca Live, of course, here on a Saturday for the game against Mallorca. Later that evening or Sunday morning, depending on where you are, this one we've got here, people, for YouTube Premium members. Barça Legends versus Real Madrid Leyendas. That's a clásico between Barça Legends. That's for YouTube Premium members, live here on FC Barcelona's YouTube channel. You won't want to miss it. Right, we're getting the final reactions coming in from the Carlos Belmonte Stadium. Gerard Martín, back at left back today, was speaking to Llorens a few moments ago.
Bona nit. Òbviament, quan marxem amb una victòria estem tots satisfets. Bon treball de l'equip avui, bon treball de l'equip, tot i que al final ha tocat patir.
Sí, la veritat que hem estat bé. Sabíem que no va ser un partit difícil i al final sí que és cert que se'ns ha complicat una mica, però jo crec que en línies generals l'equip ha estat bé.
Decisiva la teva acció per salvar el 2-2. Ha estat un moment de patiment i allà pots dir que has fet pràcticament segellar el bitllet per semifinals.
Sí, aquelles accions agraden molt a les defenses i com m'han anul·lat l'assistència m'he pogut compensar amb aquell, o sigui que molt content.
Efectivament, t'han anul·lat una assistència que era el gol de Ferran. L'equip li està costant, Gerard, en els últims partits trobar el camí del gol. Està creant molt, està generant molt. No sé si hi ha un punt de preocupació o no, perquè l'important és crear les ocasions i al final els gols han d'entrar.
Sí, al final un dia podrem estar més acertats o menys, però sempre estem generant ocasions, que és l'important, i amb això estem satisfets.
Avui el gol porta la firma de Ronald Araujo i em sembla que aquest gol, veient com l'heu celebrat tots plegats, l'hem marcat tots, perquè crec que és dels gols més celebrats dins del camp.
Sí, estem molt contents que hagi ficat aquest gol, molt contents per ell i que torni a estar amb nosaltres a aquest nivell, o sigui que tot bé.
L'última, classificats per al top 8 d'Europa, la consecució de la Supercopa, semifinals de Copa, a la Lliga Líders, no es pot demanar més. Gerard, l'equip està fent una temporada i un treball fantàstic.
Bueno, sí, estem en bona dinàmica.
Qui era?
El Ronald. Esperem que segui així i aconseguir tots els títols possibles.
Gràcies, Gerard. I el Frenkie diu que et vagis a dutxar, que hem de marxar cap a Barcelona.
Sí.
Gràcies.
There you have it, Llorens there. Frankie de Jong was telling Gerard Martín they need to go in the shower because they need to go back to Barcelona. Let's go through out to Llorens. He's going to say a little bit of a goodbye to us from the Carlos Belmonte Stadium.
Pablo, des de l'estadi Carlos Belmonte aquí al Albacete ja hem pogut escoltar protagonistes, Joan Garcia, Marc Bernal, també Ronald Araujo i Hansi Flick, després d'aquesta victòria i classificació. Ahir el tècnic alemany, i això és el que hem preguntat als protagonistes, demanava que l'equip igualés la passió de l'Albacete. És cert, un equip que hi ha posat el cor en el duel d'avui. El Barça, durant uns 80-85 minuts, la veritat és que ha fet un partit, podríem dir, molt sòlid, gairebé perfecte. Només ha faltat el gol. Una setmana més segurament ens ha penalitzat aquesta manca d'encert de cara a porteria i al final ha tocat patir davant un equip i una afició que s'han entregat al màxim buscant la sorpresa. Al final, però, el Barça es classifica, marxa de l'Albacete amb aquest objectiu complert. Serem al sorteig de les semifinals. Recordeu, sorteig divendres, la setmana vinent, encara no se sap el dia, primer assalt de semifinals, que és l'única eliminatòria de la Copa que es disputa doble partit. Per tant, el partit d'anada la setmana vinent, després d'aquella eliminatòria Champions que nosaltres no disputem, jugarem la tornada. Veurem qui són els possibles rivals en aquest sorteig de divendres. El Barça satisfet, objectiu a la butxaca i avui un nom, sens dubte, l'home més feliç, Ronald Araujo, que ha tornat a jugar de titular. Ho ha fet, a més celebrant un gol que han celebrat tots els companys. Aquest gol l'hem marcat tots els culers. Per tant, feina feta, satisfacció aquí a l'Albacete, molta gent esperant també la sortida dels jugadors que ja tornen avui mateix cap a casa. Recordem, proper compromís, dissabte a 4:45 de la tarda contra el Mallorca. I no m'oblido dels punts, Pablo, ja ho saps que no. Avui, 3 punts. Doncs mira, tot i que vull donar una puntuació a Ronald Araujo, els 3 punts per mi una vegada més per Lamin, que es troba en un moment de forma estratosfèric, 2 punts per Ronald Araujo i 1 punt per Eric Garcia, que ha començat el partit de central, ha passat a lateral, ha tornat a acabar de central i jo crec que ara el bus es col·locarà de conductor, si cal. Ho fa tot bé el jugador de Martorell. Companys, ens veiem ben aviat. Recordeu que aquesta setmana força intensa, encara pendents de moltes coses que han de passar a Can Barça i dissabte proper compromís de Lliga per defensar aquest liderat.
Llorens, thank you very much. There you have it then. Llorens' votes for MVP. Llorens was telling us there. Draw, by the way, guys, for the Copa del Rey semis is on Friday. Watch out for that against Valencia, Athletic Club Alavés, Real Sociedad, Betis or Atleti. We have to wait and see who wins out of those games. The first leg, this time-ish next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. And then you've got to wait until March for the second leg. Those are Llorentz's votes for MVP. Alex, let's hit us with yours quickly, then we'll head off.
I'm going 3 points to Lamine Yamal, 2 points to Frenkie de Jong, and 1 point to Ronald. No, I gave it to Eric Garcia.
No, you gave it to
Eric
Garcia.
Garcia.
Eric, yeah.
I think Lamine Yamal had a really, really good game. I think he imposed himself in every aspect of the game today. And, you know, unlucky for us, he couldn't get more assists because I think there was about 2 or 3 that were clear options, starting with that Ferran Torres little chip inside the box. That was a big one. And Frenkie de Jong. I think I'm going to say the same thing for Frenkie de Jong every single match. Again, you know, ball recovery is 10 out of 10. He used the way that he drives the ball going forward really impresses me because that's something that's kind of come out of his armory this season, I would say. Yeah. I mean, he's always done it, but I think this season really he imposes himself and he does it. He forces it, and he gets it done really, really well. And obviously that assist to Lamine Yamal helps a lot. I think there's a lot of times that he held onto the ball the perfect amount of time and let his teammates get into so much space. We saw it there with the assist to Lamine Yamal. And Eric Garcia, you know, Llorens said it there. He goes from centre back, he goes from left back, right back, you know, centre back. And I think today he did it brilliantly. There was a lot of through balls that Albacete tried to do. The 1v1s on the sprints, he got to all of them. You know, Ronald Araujo as well. Eric Garcia did really good aerial duels as well. A lot of good tackles. So I think just in general, I think Eric Garcia does deserve a lot of recognition today. I think he was really consistent and kind of killed off a lot of Albacete counterattacks. Yep,
I have to agree, Alex. These are my votes, identical to yours. Lamine for me with 3 man of the match, MVP. Absolute top class, brilliant to watch, real joy, and I thought he was unbelievable tonight. De Jong again for me, close second in all truth with Lamine. Lamine was that good, but De Jong was excellent. And then Garcia, you said it, centre back, right back tonight, brilliant, and he did everything well. Araujo, special mention to him for the goal, but those are my votes, which means people, the final MVP votes are as followed. Everyone goes for Lamine as their MVP. De Jong's there, as is Eric, and as is Araujo. Let us know your votes in the live chat, people, and that is where we're going to wrap things up. Remember, Sunday you've got the Legends Clásico to watch on the Barça on FC Barcelona's YouTube channel. That's only for premium members, though. And a reminder, we're back here, of course, for the game against Mallorca anyway for Barça Live. Plus, maybe a few extra special things this week. Keep your eyes peeled, people. Right, we're going to wrap things up there, Alex. Thank you for joining me once more. See you again very shortly, of course.
Winning streak continues.
It does remarkably continue. It continues. Barça through to the Cup semi-finals. We'll wait to see our opponent. That'll be announced on Friday. Until then, people, take care and good night.
Hola, Hansi, Marta Ramon en directe a RAC1. Li preguntarem a Hansi Flick per com ha vist el partit i si ha patit una miqueta. How do you see the performance today of the team, considering that the score was a bit open till the end? Did you suffer a little bit? What's your feeling now after the game?
It's always when you play in a cup game, always and you know the Albacete has a history in this season and they make it really good. Also today they make it good. I think we created a lot of chances. We missed it again today, so we have to finish it much better. But at the end, you know, we can lead much easier for us, especially in the first half, but also in the second half. At the end, it was very tight, but also we deserve this.
Hola, Hansi, Santiago Valle, para el larguero de la cadena SER y el que jugas Barça de SER Catalunya. I would like to ask you about the effective that the team is, because you already said it. You create a lot of chances, but players miss that chances, and at the end you have to suffer because of this. And it's been some games in the last 2 or 3 games that you are not so effective at goal. What do you think about this, and what can you do to improve this?
Yeah, I always said we have to finish it much better with more conviction. So it's like that. But you know, you also have to see we played last Wednesday. Then we played on Saturday and today is Tuesday, so less than 1 week. We have 3 matches, and I think we cannot say about the mentality, the attitude of the team, because also we're fighting. We are fighting till the end. This is really good to see, and I'm proud about the team. And you know, these matches, the cup games, we have to win, and we did it, and we are now in the semi-final, and I think everyone can be happy from Barça.
Sí, Pol Ballús aquí per The Athletic. Hansi, I wanted to ask you about Ronald Araujo, who scored the goal, the first goal since he came back. He came to you and he hugged you. I don't know, how did you see this moment, and what do you think about the goal and Araujo's comeback in a way?
I think for him is really, I would say, normally is step by step, paso a paso. This is the most important thing for him. Now he scored also a very important goal for us, and I think also could help him also to get more confidence, to believe in himself more, and this is what we need. We know this is what we need, what he needs, and we support him and we help him, and he's doing good. And of course, at the end, you saw that he's also exhausted, but it's like that.
¿Alguna pregunta más? ¿Alguna pregunta más? No.
No, gracias.